Hello and welcome to the Great Games Minds Videotape Halloween Special! I'm your host, Chris Mitchell, and with me tonight is a panel of amazing people, infamous people, and downright bizarre people. With me is Robert Livingston. How are you?
Well, I went trick-or-treating yesterday, and bear in mind, we record ahead of time, so I'm fucking confused.
Next up, Mr. David Turner. How are you, brother?
Good.
And Jared! Jared, how are you?
Little hungover, but
Was that your birthday?
yeah,
You're 28 now, right?
yeah. Thank you.
And joining us again is the infamous, the crazy, the lewd Jonathan Kelling. How are you?
I'm gonna show you something beautiful.
Oh, I want to know what it is, man.
This is audio.
And it's the moment you've all been waiting for, people. We've hyped you up. We've hyped you down. We've hyped you to the left, to the right, up and down, everywhere.
I straight up lied to somebody.
And it's the famous Andrew Wilson. Yes, Andrew. How are you? How are you?
I'm great.
Yeah.
Andrew, did you have a shot of stem cells before we started recording?
I started some stem cells before we got here. I'm sorry.
God damn it, Andrew.
Oh,
That's not
How have you been,
professional.
Andrew?
It was really good stem cells, man. You should have tried it.
Wait, this
We
show's
couldn't because you
professional?
took it all. You should have shared.
I don't know. I just started snorting some stem cells, and the next thing you know, I'm all out of stem cells.
Yeah, it happens.
Time to kill some aliens.
That's what happens.
No, just babies.
So have you been, Andrew? Been all right?
And then we can hang them in the bushes.
So Andrew,
Yeah, I've been good. I've been checking out the whole Austin Film Festival here in Austin, Texas.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I've seen a couple of films. One was The Humbling with Al Pacino, which is kind of like Birdman without the whole, cultural genocide thing. I'm not sure if it was good as Birdman, but it was pretty good. I also seen Once Upon a Crime, a great documentary, won a jury award. Highly recommend it.
Mm.
And I also saw this one mockumentary with Keegan from Keegan and Peele called Teacher of the Year. I mean, it was all right, but I don't know. It's just, I think, needed a little help with the whole whole line of storytelling. But it was entertaining to watch.
but that's not the subject. Today is Halloween, and we're gonna jump right into Halloween, in the spookiness and the downright bizarre and grim. So I'll start with you, Andrew. Talk about your favorite Halloween/horror movies?
Okay. It's like, well, I don't know. I was always like really into like vampire movies before the whole Twilight thing ruined it.
Oh, you fucking hipster.
Yeah, that's right. I liked vampire movies way before they were cool. I liked vampires before they were cool.
And neck
Technically,
beards.
before they were uncool.
Whatever. It'd be cool because I was into vampires for everyone else.
So what's your favorite vampire
I
movie?
read about Dracula way before you guys.
Dracula. Which is your favorite Dracula movie, though? Which one?
Bela Lugosi, yeah, he's good. He nails it. I mean, he got the charisma. I mean, I got a copy of Nosferatu. Didn't get a chance to watch that yet.
It's weird.
Don't forget the hammer.
Oh yeah, Hammer. Yeah, I was just talking about the whole
Christopher Lee is Hammer.
Lee.
And don't forget Dracula
Yeah,
2000, starring Gerard Butler.
Please.
What are you
forget
gonna
that.
bring up? Shit.
Dracula!
Yeah, why you gotta bring up old shit, man?
Dracula.
Don't forget Keanu Reeves.
That
Don't forget Blade Trinity.
Oh,
Don't forget Monster Squad.
and Twilight.
Interview with a Vampire.
Oh yeah, you know what? I watched this thing. I don't know if you guys heard of like Master Pancake Theater. It's kind of like
Oh yeah.
Mystery Science Theater 3000
Which is
Live.
coming back.
live action.
Which is coming back soon.
Really? Oh, really?
Online, full-fledged MST3K.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, we were watching this, and we have like this whole drinking game for the movie. So, and we decided that the phrase we would say for the drinking game is like every time a vamp would bite someone on the neck, we would yell out, "Vampire butt fucking."
Go on.
Yeah, so all throughout the movie, we're just yelling out, "Vampire butt fucking."
You must have very confused neighbors.
Yeah, they're sitting in the other theaters like, what did I just say?
Oh, this was in the theater?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So there was like tons of people. I don't know. I was just sitting in the room just yelling out, "Vampire butt fucking." It's like, is that Andrew? What does he say? Vampire butt, what?
Vampire what? Oh god. I'll tell you what we've not mentioned. Martin, the Romero film. That's a vampire movie. Oh, is he a vampire? You've seen that one, right? With the boy who thinks he's this vampire. Oh, he is a vampire. And he goes around drugging women to suck their blood. Have you seen that one?
Oh, you mean Kiss of a Vampire? Was that
Martin.
Oh, no, I don't think I've seen that.
George A. Romero one.
Oh, George Romero? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that.
Martin.
Okay, did not
It's
see
one of the
that.
70s ones. Is it in between Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead? But I think that was one in between, wasn't it? Like, it wasn't after Dawn of the Dead. It was in between. Like,
And
it's
he's done
crazy.
several straight to DVD movies
Has he?
that were amazing. George, oh yeah, you can find them on Netflix. None of them are
Oh.
good. Not a single one.
None of them are
Like,
good.
guys, have you seen like the original Day of the Dead?
Yeah.
You're gonna like
Yeah,
this
1985.
because Black Eye does not get killed.
I know. I was happy.
I've never
with that.
seen it, but that's amazing.
Yeah, I
Dawn
know,
of the
right?
Dead, he doesn't die. Dawn of the Dead, the black guy.
No, Black
doesn't
Eye
die.
doesn't die. He lives. Black Eye survives.
And he's not even a major character.
Okay.
I
He
remember
li-
it being-
and he's not a major character. That's even more amazing.
On the
Yeah, he's
Halloween
one
show.
character. He doesn't die.
Mm.
And he kicks a lot of zombie ass.
He does. And don't forget
Yeah.
Dawn of the Dead. He survives as well. The big one, tall guy.
Oh yeah.
well,
he's black
it
as well.
depends by the way it ends.
Yeah, but the real ending that everyone has seen in the theaters and DVD, he survives. But then again, in the original ending, everyone dies. Like she'd rather the woman who's pregnant would rather die than let her baby be eaten by zombies.
Okay, they're a little bit slow, but anybody listening to this who has not actually seen the original Romero zombie movies, what the fuck are you doing here?
I know. Fuck Zack Snyder.
Yeah, get out of here.
Hey, wait,
Get out
wait.
of here, you
The
remake.
Dawn of
bastard.
Dead remake is good. Was that?
Apparently,
Fuck yes.
Have you
You
not
know,
seen it, Chris?
I've not seen the
What
remake.
the fuck are you
See-
doing here?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? Stop posting this show.
Can I just make a fuck Zack Snyder joke?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, only if it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we all
Yeah,
know
it
sucker
Jojo's
punches
better
like
than the
that.
remake. Come on, that's like a
Everyone-
given. Unless it's The Fly in The Thing, but you know.
Oh.
Yeah, and Dawn of the Dead.
And Dawn of the Dead.
Actually,
The original Dawn of the Dead it's clearly going to be better when I watched the
No.
remake.
No.
No.
Not this time.
Not this
Not
Really?
this- This is
Not
one
this
example.
Don't hype
Not
me up.
this time.
Don't hype me up.
I'm not hyping you up. Just stating facts.
Watch the old one first. Watch the original first, and then watch the remake. It's fucking amazing.
It's like saying.
All right, I might do that as
Yeah.
a double bill.
Chris, when you watch it, you'll say Zack Snyder had potential. What
Yeah.
went wrong?
I'm never, I don't think he's bad. I wouldn't say he's bad. He's made bad movies, but that doesn't mean he's necessarily not talented.
Oh yeah, you watched Dawn of the Dead. You're
Well-
gonna be like, "Damn, what the fuck?
I didn't like
happened here?"
300. I think that was my first movie I saw that he directed. I didn't like
See,
that.
Sucker
Yeah.
Punch was his baby. That was supposed to be a
Yeah.
representation of his talent. No.
Yeah, I wanted that movie to be good. It's like
Hmm.
sexy ladies like, oh, this should be good. No, it's terrible. It is. Well,
I wanted it to be
I want to thank
like,
my boy Corey for that because I dodged the bullet thanks to him.
oh, it's one of those movies you kind of have to see to see how bad it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know what? You know what? There should be like a master pancake of that movie.
I don't think you could. I don't think you could do it. It's just that bad. It's like, wow, there's nothing. Nothing really.
What is there
happened.
to say?
Yeah, it's too easy.
Yeah,
It says
like-
itself.
it's like
It's kind of like picking on the. No offense to anyone listening. It's like picking on the retarded kid.
Yeah.
all
I am
Zack
so
Snyder
editing out
retarded.
that no offense.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
it, Robert. Do it. You know,
So anyway, Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
Maybe Zack Snyder should have done
Is a sucker
horror
punch
movies.
to the balls.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh wait,
It's
we
a sucker
gave
punch to
Andrew a
his
question,
career.
didn't we? I think we all forgot that we asked Andrew a question.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, your
Right,
favorite
right.
vampire
What
movie.
was the question?
What's your favorite vampire movie, Andrew?
Okay. Okay, that's kind of a tough one, but I have to say the best vampire movie would have to be maybe that. No, sorry, I'm sort of racking my brain here.
You better choose carefully, because your friendship is on the line.
choose wisely.
Wisely. Oh boy. Get choose wisely. All right. Oh boy. A lot of pressure here.
Is it
Oh.
Dust Till Dawn?
Is
Nah,
it?
I don't know. Have you guys seen like the series of Dust Till Dawn?
No,
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I heard it was crap.
Actually, I've seen like the first episode. I mean, I also seen like the whole movie.
The series.
Yeah, I've seen the movie.
I've
Yeah.
seen From Dusk Till Dawn 3.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I've seen that one.
You poor.
Well, did you see 2? I didn't even know there was a Dust Till Dawn 2.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I didn't.
They
Well,
were.
I thought they just skipped 2 because I've never been able to find it.
I don't know. Did Resident Rodriguez have anything to do with Dust Till Dawn 2 or 3?
I have no
Probably-
idea.
Probably. a
All I know is
producer
that Bruce Campbell dies at the beginning of the third one.
Bruce Campbell.
What, Bruce
Yeah.
Campbell's in it?
credit. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in an elevator suite and he dies.
Oh, what's this doing here? Ah!
It's
Yep.
so fucking
Well,
funny.
that's
He
it. They just
pops
have-
up and dies.
Goes up and dies?
From Dusk Till Dawn 2, Texas Blood Money.
Texas Blood Money.
Plus blood. Are you sure Robert Rodriguez had nothing to do with this?
Had nothing to do with it. Well, he probably has like a producer credit. Bruce Campbell is in that one too.
Oh, maybe he was like a pivotal part in that
He
one.
probably was.
And then they killed him off right there at the third one.
He was like, "Dear God, get me out of this contract."
Oh, but who doesn't love Bruce Campbell, man? Who doesn't love him? He's so cool. And he's actually
Evidently,
quite
the
a
person who
demons.
killed him.
Demons that don't like him.
Yeah.
Hey, he
Oh,
kicked
fuck
their ass
them
in Evil Dead. Come on.
That's why they don't like him.
The person who said be in Dust Till Dawn 2 and 3, they don't like him.
Dusk Till Dawn 2, produced by Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino.
Are we
Wow.
shocked?
That's blood on
No.
their hands that they'll
Direct-
never wash off.
Direct to video.
I blame Quentin Tarantino. He probably got this idea from all that cocaine again.
I've got a really good idea. You've got to hear it. You've got to hear it. Okay, it's what? On Dust Till Dawn 2. Good director. Whoa, quit.
Whoa, whoa.
No, I don't want to. No. Okay, produce it. Okay, I'll produce it. Who do you want in it? Bruce Campbell. And he dies in the third one. Wait, third one? Get off the cocaine.
Quinn, are you huffing fucking stem cells again?
Maybe.
What? I don't know, brother. What?
You gotta try these stem cells, man.
And
They're real
Take the
expensive.
edge off.
for those wondering, From Dusk Till Dawn 3, The Hangman's Daughter, starring Orlando Jones
It sounds like.
Orlando Bloom.
and Kevin Smith. Is that it?
Are you shocked that Kevin Smith would be in a movie?
Wait, Kevin Smith was in
That
it.
movie.
I mean, like Kevin Smith would do pretty much anything if they ask him.
No, he's already said he'll whore out to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
he
could
says I am a press-
Literally and figuratively.
I completely took I completely took this movie out of my brain. I have no idea.
Especially if you're Bruce Willis. Then he's a total.
Bruce Willis.
Which Bruce Willis isn't a likable guy, from what I'm told.
Hey!
From what I heard.
Smith, you want to be my whore?
Yeah, actually, if you ask Kevin Smith,
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. You suck it long and hard.
If you ask Sylvester Stallone, he'll say
taking
he's
the blues
arrogant and
down.
prideful.
Oh.
if you ask Kevin,
lazy.
and if you ask Kevin Smith, he says he's a dick.
I'm firmly under the impression that Bruce Willis was replaced with a lizard person somewhere down the line.
Is that where his
Paul
acting
McCart-
picked up?
Possibly.
They did too
Oh.
good a job.
Okay.
Tell you what, my favorite.
He got it. He got it. He got it.
I think I got it. Okay.
He got it.
Go on.
Okay. Here we go. All right. Best vampire movie of all time has to be. Okay, it's got to be like one of the Hammer Draculas.
Okay.
I'm listening.
Okay, it's like it's that like when the one that's like the sequel to the first Hammer Dracula,
Right,
where they
right.
end up like a bunch of dumb Victorian guys give a toast to Dracula.
Right, I'm gonna wiki it.
Yeah, and Dracula gets resurrected from like his servant killing this guy, sliding in his throat and bleeding on his ashes.
Isn't that all the Hammer films?
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, Dracula gets resurrected by demonic ritual. But I don't
Okay.
know, it's like so hard for me now to think of a good vampire movie. I mean, I guess I would say Underworld, but it's too like actiony. Same thing with Blade.
Yeah, there's two.
Don't get me started on True Blood. Bunch of hick vampires.
Hick vampires.
Nobody ever got me started on True
The
Blood.
Brides of Dracula. Is that the one? The sequel?
Yeah, that's a sequel to the Bela Lugosi one. I
No,
mean-
it's the 1960 British Hammer one, Brides of Dracula.
Oh, really? Ooh.
Yeah.
What's this? I don't know. I'm kind of intrigued.
Alucard.
Oh, fucking Alucard, man. Oh,
Well,
yeah.
now we're going into video
Okay.
games with
No,
Castlevania.
Hammer. The son of
Hammer.
fucking Dracula. Hammer horror films. That's where it came from.
Oh, right, really?
Yeah.
All right.
It's
The
like,
Son of Dracula.
yeah. Apparently, Capcom was just ripping off movies.
What are the
Yeah.
odds?
Actually,
thing
it
with
is
Hellsing.
Konami. Konami do. I think they did do Castlevania because, like in Metal Gear Solid 1, you go up to Psycho Mantis and he'll read your mind, and he's actually reading your memory card,
Yeah,
and he'll say,
I love that.
"So you like Castlevania now, do you?"
Yeah, it was Konami.
Yeah,
That
I
was
thought that
very
was
clever.
it was. And there's another one. They have a Mario game too at the time. Like, you know what's weird? I play it on the PS3. I've got all the old Metal Gear Solid games and the recent ones, apart from Ground Zeroes, on my PS3, and he does it on my PS3 as well. That was really cool.
Oh, really? Oh, man, you got like Snake Eater?
Yeah, I've got HD version. Yeah.
Well, here's hoping that it doesn't read your whole memory. It'd be like, oh, you like big booty bitches, I see.
Yes.
Oh,
I
no,
did.
it doesn't. It doesn't. It's only.
Like chicks with dicks.
Yes,
Don't you? It's like, you out of my head, psycho. Yes, I
He
know.
also
Chris didn't deny that, by the way.
he told me I'm a shit warrior as well. I said, "You're a bad warrior." I don't know why. Is it because I died a lot or got caught a lot? I'm not sure. And he said, "Oh, I killed a lot of people." I'm not sure. And then he said, "You save a lot. Prudent." Anyway, we must move on from vampire movies to our favourite people beginning with Z or Z. Zombies! Fire away, people. Talk about zombie movies. I'll tell you my favourites, clearly Dawn of the Dead, original.
Yeah.
There's you know.
I really enjoy Land of the Dead. The concept of zombies after so long starting to regain some intelligence.
Bub.
I like the concept of that movie. Didn't really care for the movie itself.
I didn't
Yeah.
mind it. That was
Be-
great.
Was that the one? Is that the one where they walk underwater because they realise
Yes,
they can't
yes.
breathe? That was actually an interesting
Wow.
set
It was
piece.
the fourth Romero film. It's in the same world as, Dawn, Day, Land. It's all in the same world.
And he had another sequel straight to DVD.
There was Survival of the Dead, which was I think it was a. Oh, what's it called now?
Found footage.
Found footage. It was found footage, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that one. That
Guys,
one's awful.
guys,
Don't
guys,
do
guys,
it to
you know
yourself.
what's
Yeah, I haven't
God,
seen that
do it to
one.
yourself.
Found footage film is Diary of the Dead.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that's the one we're referring to.
Or
Yeah.
Fido. Fido's a funny zombie movie.
Yeah,
Is
I
it?
know. I wish I could have saw that. I mean,
It's on
that-
Netflix.
Shaun of
I-
the Dead is my second favourite zombie film.
Fighters on Netflix?
That's where I saw it.
Oh,
I saw it on
Sean-
I saw it on IFC.
Yeah, I think with Fido, they were just getting the idea from Shaun of the Dead, like at the
Yeah.
end of Shaun of the Dead. Where
Pretty
they were,
much. Like it's like they took
Is
the
this
end
other
like
film that we're
with
talking
the
about?
obedience
Is it-
collars.
What is it? Fido?
Fido.
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 Like a
Is that
dog.
the one with Nicholas Holt?
Yeah.
Oh
Right.
yeah, and he's like a good zombie or something, and he falls in love with the
It's so crazy.
yeah
Which I am about to watch.
like
Go for it, man. It's entertaining. It's stupid, but it's entertaining.
yeah. I haven't seen that. I might have to check it out. Actually, I saw this zombie movie once, and it's like after. It's sort of like a nod to Romero, but it's set well after even Day of the Dead. Like everything's gone back to normal. And it's like set in this suburb, and all the zombies do domesticated stuff. Kind of like the end of Shaun of the Dead.
That's
I
Fido.
forgot what it's called.
That
Is that Fido? I have seen it.
Yes.
I thought you were.
You
I thought.
son of a bitch.
God damn
I thought you would. I said, is it the one
God
starring
damn it,
Nicholas
Chris.
Holt, the one that's come out recently?
Well,
when
I
he was a
didn't know
good-
who that
yes.
was, so I didn't respond.
He's the one from. He's the one who used to go out with Jennifer Lawrence. Remember?
He's also
No.
oh my
based in
God,
X-Men.
Jennifer Lawrence.
No, that's are you talking about Warm Bodies?
Warm Bodies. That's it.
He's
I
also
was-
beast
Oh,
in
yeah.
X-Men.
Yeah, I have seen Fido. I've seen Fido. It was weird.
Yeah, Fido's the one with what's his fucking name?
Bill Connolly.
The guy from everything.
Bill Connolly.
Yeah,
Oh,
Dr.
comedian.
Connors from the
Oh, that
original
dude.
Spider-Man trilogy.
He played a therapist in like The Humbling, which is the movie I saw in the Austin Film Festival.
All right.
Random question: Is Jason technically a zombie?
No.
No, he's
Well,
a
he
deadite.
doesn't eat people; he just cuts them into pieces. So I guess
But
he
he
wouldn't.
is undead.
He's a deadite.
He's a devil. He's like an
He's a
evil
Deadite?
spirit.
He's a deadite.
Yeah, that description
Yeah,
does
yeah.
really fit.
Yeah, okay,
Well, he-
Deadite, but Deadites talk, but he doesn't talk. So
That's
yeah, I
because
guess he's just undead. So yeah.
Well, that
His,
doesn't
his mother read some specific passage from the Necronomicon and resurrected him that way.
All right.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen the original.
Yeah, definitely a Deadite.
I haven't seen the original Friday. Not Friday. Yeah, Friday 13th, isn't it?
You haven't seen it?
I'm not seen it yet. I was meant to get down and watch all those classics. Yeah, I've not.
Don't
I've
get your
not got my way
hopes up.
through yet.
Don't get your hopes up, but pay attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about my main boy, Mr. Kruger?
Oh yeah.
I was never. a
Well, he's
fan.
basically a demon, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a dream demon. He's a
He's a-
boogeyman essentially. He's not a
It's
he's
a
not a
Japanese
zombie.
thing, isn't
Yeah.
it? Shirigami. He's like a Shirigami, isn't he?
The Shimigami would be the thing from The Grudge.
Yeah, Shinigami is a Grim Reaper.
Oh right.
Yeah, he's just like an evil spirit that travels through dreams.
He's
Yeah.
like a
Horrible,
really pissed off Sandman.
Who
Yeah. horrible.
later
Wasn't he a paedophile? Wasn't he? And he didn't like.
He was. It was like alluded he was a child molester, but more so a child killer.
Yeah, it wasn't until the
Oh, right.
remake where they actually said he was a pedophile. I think.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
like.
I
it
mean,
because
there
that
were
tries to
there were
explain
they never
everything.
outright said he wasn't a child molester, but it was never directly said
Mm.
in the original
Yeah.
series. I think it just makes it that much frightening that he just killed children instead of
Yeah.
anything else.
But as the show goes along, I mean, the movie goes along, he becomes more and more like the Joker and makes comic whips, and it's hard to take him seriously anymore.
Yeah, I think it's like by the third one, that's when he's just going all out comedy.
He's like Krusty
Yeah.
the Clown, but with claws.
Mike is like, so what's the deal with decapitation?
Honestly, I think in the second one he's way scarier than he is in the first one.
Yeah, I never.
It's
I
too
hate the
stupid
idea
to be
that you
scary.
that,
Yeah, but the idea that you can't sleep.
Oh, concept-wise, it's amazing.
yeah, but when you actually watch it, it's like, okay.
But bear
Yeah,
in
it
mind,
doesn't
that he's
hold
been
up.
done to
It works
death,
on paper.
and he's had so many sequels and remakes and toys about him.
And
Same
Freddy
with all the
versus
others.
Jason.
Freddy
versus Jason.
Oh yeah.
That is the funniest fucking thing I've ever
I
seen.
have got to watch
Yeah,
that.
it was.
I've never seen that yet.
I keep
The
forgetting about that.
The movie
I heard that's
sucked.
great.
The movie sucked, but if you have some friends around and some beers, it's amazing.
I heard Freddy beats the brakes out of Jason throughout the film.
Well, he definitely talks. He talks the most smack.
Yeah.
Oh my god! When he,
shit on me, Jason.
Isn't
I
that kind
remember-
of like a default
I
way?
know teenagers to kill.
I remember when I was in the theater and I saw Freddy go, "Hey, short bus!"
Yeah. That was great.
Yeah, go on,
Jason
Fred.
X, Jason X, Jason X,
Yeah,
Jason in
speaking of-
space.
That one scene where Jason has the campers in the sleeping bag, hitting them against a tree, justifies the whole film.
Yeah.
What?
Speaking of Nightmare on Elm Street, the producers said that I saw an article where the producer said they're not going on forward with that found footage Nightmare on Elm Street. That was
How's
just
that
an
gonna
idea.
work? It's all
Good.
about dreams.
Good.
I know that's why they said they're not going forward with that idea.
Good.
Because at one point they were in
Good.
development for it.
They brought a dream recorder.
I think that's basically what they were going to do.
That's total Red Dwarf right there.
No, they were just paranormal activity. Just film it while they sleep,
Which
and then have them
episode?
and show how they die in
Yeah.
the real world.
It would probably be like Paranormal Activity with the demons messing with the girl, but instead you actually see Freddy.
I mean, something like that would work, but you never really get to see Freddy. I guess you would just be there feel like you would just feel him like a presence.
Well, they could still show him. It would just be like he appears and then he disappears and then he
Oh,
does
what
stuff.
about Wes Craven's New Nightmare?
Never heard of it.
I've
Yeah,
not
tell us
seen
about it.
It's it's set in alternate reality where the Nightmare on Elm Street films are films, like
Yeah.
actors were.
Oh, yes,
It-
I
it-
did see
it-
that.
It's this thing where the reason they came up with the concept in the first place was to trap this ancient demon who gets trapped in these stories, and because he's been Freddy for so long, he's just been accustomed to taking that form.
And he
But
comes
because
after
they have-
the actor, right?
Yeah, but because the franchise had ended, there hadn't been any movies for a while. The seals like between reality and like this demon's like realm were starting to break, and he was starting to enter our world. So like it was really interesting thing to see like everybody who ever worked on the films basically just kind of like be in the film and either get killed or interact with plot in some way. Like Wes Craven like is an integral part of the movie, but he's not in it like very much.
Well,
He's
no,
writing the script for the movie that he's in. It's so weird.
I don't know. Yeah, now that's some really good horror, Mara. Suck it, Scream movies.
That reminds me
Oh,
of.
suck
And
it
who
up.
made those? Oh, Wes Craven.
That
Yeah, but
reminds
that
me
statement's
of.
pretty much true across the board. Suck it, Scream,
I've got a question to ask you guys. I was watching this brilliant horror miniseries, no, horror documentary miniseries actually, by Mark Gatiss, who writes Doctor Who, and
Yes.
has starred in Doctor Who. And
Yes.
he was talking to John Carpenter, and John Carpenter said this is the last episode, so it's gone from Universal in the first one to Hammer Horror in the second series, and then back to America with John Carpenter. And John Carpenter said, if you're going to blame me for pretty much ending horror's progression, I take full credit for that. Which basically said, what they're basically insinuating was that with the invention of, with the release of Halloween, horror has been pretty much in limbo for nearly 40 years now. So my question to you is, Halloween, did it really limit horror? Did it end it for the Western world? We're not.
No,
we're
I
not.
would say Halloween 2
Hang on,
did.
not finished.
Oh,
We've
okay.
not. Would you say that it's ended Western horror's progression? That we're just stuck in limbo, doing the same old stuff over and over again. With the constant remakes. And who would win in the fight, Jason or Michael Myers?
I would say Jason.
Well, Jason has a machete. Michael Myers has a knife.
Also, Jason's like, again, we've established Jason can't really die, and he also has super strength. Michael Myers is just
He can't die either. He keeps
Yeah,
getting
just
up.
he
freak.
can-
Gets back up, like and doesn't die.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
he's just
sure
a psycho in a mask. I mean, Jason is resurrected, and he comes back from hell itself.
yeah,
Yeah,
a couple of times.
but to
Alright. So what
answer
about-
your question,
Yeah, but Halloween's impact.
yeah, I would say Halloween didn't kill. I mean, it killed the slasher genre, because eventually that got done to death. But
Mm.
I would say the thing that's put horror kind of stagnant would be found footage.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, we got to talk about Cabin in the Woods.
Okay, in a minute.
Because
Fuck Joss Whedon.
No, I
Fuck Joss
think
Whedon.
Cabin in the Woods. I think Cabin in the Woods is what really killed the slasher films. Because when what was it, the Evil Dead remake or whatever they want to attach it to, when that came
Evil
out,
Dead.
Evil Dead, yeah, when it came out a year later, I guess in my opinion, when I watched that, all I could think of was Cabin in the Woods. So
Yeah, it's like the Cabin in the Woods. It just sort of flipped the whole horror genre down. It was supposed to like signify the whole end of the horror genre, sort of an apocalyptic movie of the horror genre, and yet still, and then this whole remake of Evil Dead comes out, which is just terrible. I saw the Evil Dead remake. I just watched it and it was just like, oh, this is awful.
Is it technically a remake? Because Sam Raimi said that both the new universe and the old universe of films still exists. That's why they were talking about doing that crossover between the two films.
So why didn't you like it, Andrew? What wasn't good about it? Because I heard a few mixed things.
Well, for one thing, I didn't like any of the characters.
There was no characters.
Yeah.
I would argue I don't like any of the characters in the first two Evil Dead films.
Well, you didn't like Ash?
Even no, I like Ash, but Ash is unlikable. Like he's an asshole.
Yeah, that's right. He's a likable asshole. He's a lovable asshole.
He wasn't really an asshole in the first one, though. He's a lot more.
Well, no, in the first one he was kind of like a puss. But think of the first one. Is there anyone you actually like in the first movie?
No. Well, I don't mind Bruce, obviously.
Okay, that's a good argument. It's just that I don't know. It's like people didn't care about the first Evil Dead. They just watched this. I mean, it didn't get good until like the second and the third Evil Dead.
Which technically the second Evil
Dead. The one they got like to replace Ash is like like this like girl. I don't know. She's worthy to be like. I mean, Ash was the king, and now what? She's the queen, the sort of ex-junkie. I'm supposed to like her. It's like I don't think she's worthy.
Yeah, I actually like the brother more than I liked her.
Every time I watch those movies, they just immediately evacuate my brain. I have no idea what happens in them because I can never remember, and I've probably seen them 6 times.
I always think of in the first. I remember when I first watched the first one. I was thinking. Because Mark Kermode, the best British mainstream critic, he kept saying that. Like I realised now that he was mixing up or forgetting that Evil Dead 2 and Evil Dead 1 are two completely different films. Because like he kept saying, well, when the original Evil Dead came out, people didn't know whether to laugh or be scared. But I'm like, no, you're saying you mean Evil Dead 2? Because I watched Evil Dead 1. Like this isn't funny. Like that scene where the woman gets raped by a tree.
That's awesome.
That's. It's not really scary.
Yes, the famous tree rape, and like the tree rape.
It's freaky.
The second is like it's just tame. It's like I mean the first Evil Dead tree rape that was a lot more graphic.
Yeah,
there was a nipple.
There was a nipple.
Yeah, you see like nipples. Like I've even watched hentai. It's like you call that demonic rape?
I'd spit on your demonic rape.
Well played, sir.
Well played.
Now, to Chris's original question about it stagnating horror.
Yeah, Halloween.
I think that it's
Western
the same.
horror.
Well, I think it's the same thing as why you see dragons in so many cultures. People are not that fucking creative.
No.
They saw Halloween and everybody just went, yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah.
Well, but they originally saw Psycho, really. Psycho was the first one.
But I would argue it wasn't Halloween, it was Halloween 2.
Oh, yeah.
Indeed.
Because, John Carpenter did Halloween, and then he did, what did he do after Halloween? Was it The Fog he did after Halloween? That was still a horror film, but it was a lot more about atmosphere and not really about the gore. Like, you hardly see anything in The Fog. Like, he's not just about slasher films, is he? He's quite diverse with his horror. So, you can say that John Carpenter didn't kill horror because he's done many different types.
Yeah, I would just say that Halloween 2 would probably be the beginning of, the horror genre just kind of starting to feel a little bit stale.
Yeah.
If only because that's the only thing in my memory that really started to be serialized as horror goes.
And the thing is, he didn't even want to do it, but he didn't even want to do Halloween 2. He wanted to do...
At least not like that.
Yeah, he wanted to do what Halloween 3 was. Just make Halloween...
Which, I mean, Halloween 3 by itself...
Yeah, it's good.
Film. It's horrifying in concept. Just this guy wants to kill like a bunch of kids just because.
Yeah.
Mm.
And as stupid as that movie may or may not be, it sticks in your fucking head.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like that movie gets. I mean, with the whole Rob Zombie thing, trying to give like Jason like motivation is like. Do we need Jason
Mike
to
Myers,
have
not Jason.
motivation?
Yeah.
I mean, Mike Myers to have motivation?
I would
Well, I don't know.
say
He did 4 Shrek films.
Well, in the first one, like I think the only motivation you need to see is he sees his eldest sister getting
But
it
we
down
didn't
with a
even know
boyfriend. I
that's his
think
sister
maybe he has.
until what, the second movie?
Really?
Yeah.
But they live in the same house, so like, surely we knew that was his eldest sister because Jamie Lee Curtis was there.
No, like in the first movie, it's never stated at all that that's his sister.
Apart from
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis, who is like we know that. All right, I didn't think about that. All right, I might have to rewatch it again.
Yeah,
But I
rewatch the original film. Like it, and even the novelization goes into detail about Michael Myers' thoughts. Like he gets like sexual arousal from stalking and killing people.
Wow.
see. I would say what killed the horror genre would be the Scream movies, because that was when like you couldn't really do a slasher movie without somehow you noticing this is kind of comical. Its concept, the idea that you wouldn't know who the killer is when it's pretty obvious. This idea of someone stalking and constantly going after someone. To me, that was when it kind of fell apart.
What would be a really good slasher film? But not cheeking the stalking aspect. Get rid of all that, but make it like an actual real serial killer. You know, someone who goes around and he kills someone, then he hides the body, and he kills someone else. If you know what I mean, how they actually act, kind of like
Well, I think they try to deal with that in Psycho.
yeah, because it's a lot better in my head, but I can't explain it. It's like, you know, you watch on the news they have their area, don't they, where they operate, and then they go out and kill someone who they strikes the fancy or something.
Yeah, that's like American Psycho.
Like like don't make it supernatural like they all are, but make it real, because that's what makes horror scary, isn't it? Real things
Like Psycho.
like Psycho, yeah. Go
Yeah.
into a dingy motel and get stabbed in the shower.
Just
I'm
go watch
surprised no one
Psycho.
mentioned Texas Chainsaw. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I mean.
Yeah, that was based on a true story.
Apparently,
Well,
It
based
wasn't
on
really.
one guy,
Look.
but
Ed Gein. It's based on Ed Gein, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, Ed Gein and what was it? It was I think that's the story that also inspired Psycho. No.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so
the
like
difference is-
you can't say it's as based as a true story as so much as it's inspired by a true story.
Yeah, they basically took the idea of what Ed Gein did, which was taking human body parts and making furniture out of and wearing it as a mask, and that inspired him. That inspired Texas Chainsaw.
Hollywood.
Yeah,
Hollywood.
that was the only thing they took, which is actually more disturbing than the
Yeah,
actual original movie.
Oh, you know what? Since we're going down this concept of serial killers, what about the Hannibal franchise?
Oh, Hannibal. Yeah. Oh, Senator. Love the suit.
Wasn't Hannibal also inspired by the Ed thing too as well?
It's a book
Like certain
series,
characters.
originally. It was
I know
originally a
that,
book.
but
yeah.
like the character.
I think it was. Well, the guy who wrote the books was actually originally a criminal
A killer himself.
investigator.
Serial killer.
Was he? Was he?
What?
No.
What?
The guy who wrote. I thought he was I thought he was the police officer. The guy who wrote the books.
Yeah, I thought he was a journalist who did stories on murders.
Yeah, it's based on what he accumulated in studies.
Yeah, even and that's why I think Ed Boon came, because it was Ed Boon and some other Ed and some
Dean.
other serial killers.
Ed Dean.
Ed Dean and several other serial killers. Ed Boon's the
Dean.
creator of Mortal
It's a
Kombat.
G.
Which, by the way, Freddy sucked in.
Yeah, he really
Yes,
did.
you
And it was
said
a
that
new
already
Freddy. It wasn't the
3
original
times.
Freddy.
Well, that's why he sucks, because it's the new Freddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which that movie sucks. God, it sucked.
Yeah.
I saw it for the first time recently. It was terrible.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
what they missed out though in the documentary series Hellraiser. They didn't talk about Hellraiser
Oh yeah.
or Nightmare on Elm Street. They didn't talk about that. He went up to the 70s and then that was it. Like my interest in like Gatiss goes, my interest was no more in modern horror after Halloween. Like, but The Fog by John Carpenter, Nightmare on Elm Street, Poltergeist, Hellraiser. There's loads of other horror
Yeah, there's
films that were
also,
different.
Like, The Exorcist.
And he talked about The Exorcist. Yeah, he did.
Because that was 70s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was up. He only went up to.
shit out of me.
It really did.
Patrick Troughton's in, no, he's not in. He's in The Omen. He's in The Omen. Patrick Troughton. He's the second Doctor.
You know, I saw The Exorcist as a kid and thought, oh, wow, this is going to be so scary because this is right after the Scary
It
Movie
wasn't
1 and 2
really,
came
was
out.
it?
And I saw it and I was like, this is boring. Me and my brothers just sat there and said, we had to fast forward to get interesting and still nothing happened.
The Omen or The Exorcist?
The Exorcist.
That's weird because Mark Kermode loves that film. And I
I
know
can't
that.
stand that movie.
And Jason Murphy also loves The Exorcist. He's seen it about 100 times, hasn't he? Exact.
Wow.
I think that's
think-
one of those movies where people love it because of it being a classic more than the actual movie itself.
I've watched bits and pieces of it, and every time it gets up to the exorcism, she goes, "Your mother sucks cocks in hell." How is that meant to be scary? You just have to laugh at that.
because she's supposed to be
the
this.
profanity coming from a small little girl is scary.
Yeah.
In the
It's not
70s.
scary.
In the 70s, yeah.
Well,
Yes.
maybe okay. You tell me it's not scary when a little 6-year-old is holding you down and says, "Your mother sucks cocks in hell."
Okay,
Yeah.
that would be terrifying.
To give an old bum a note or something.
On the bus.
The most scarier thing she said was when she was pretending to be that beggar that he was talking to the priest. I forgot what the actual quote was, but that's scary. That she was the devil was there watching him.
Yeah, it's like, just sort of messing with the whole psyche, sort of the whole silent hell thing.
Yeah.
You know, being haunted by your past actions and deeds.
The Omen was interesting. I like The Omen. It wasn't really scary. It just felt like, even though we know that the Dark Lord himself is the one doing all these accidents and murders, you can't help but think, oh, this is unfortunate for these people. It's
See,
not really scary. It's just gory. It's
I never saw the original. I saw that terrible remake, which
The
was
original's good. I mean,
Whatever it was.
who's in it? Who's the actor who plays the senator? Who's in it? I forgot his name. It's
What
not
movie is this?
Vincent Price.
What
The
movie is
Omen. The original Omen. Let's go have a look.
What was that movie with the little girl standing in front of a TV?
Poltergeist.
Poltergeist. That movie scared me when I was a little kid when
That
I
was
first saw it.
Gregory
That
Peck.
one,
You removed the stones, but you didn't remove the bodies. I
Yeah,
love
that-
that.
and now I watched
Spoiler
it
alert.
again.
Gregory Peck. Gregory Peck. Gregory
Is
Peck
it
was
a
the guy.
Is it a spoiler if a majority of our listeners weren't even born when the movie came out?
I wasn't born. I wasn't born when Poltergeist came out.
Neither was I. So is it really a spoiler? Like, I feel like if it predates you, it's not a spoiler.
Kind of disagree with that.
No. I like Poltergeist. I like the idea that a ghost could infect.
Do you consider, Vader being Luke's father a spoiler?
Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
That was technically a spoiler if you were around at that time.
Yeah, wasn't that the first
Now, no.
spoilers ever created?
Yeah.
I think that's considered a twist,
Yeah, it's
not
There's
a
still something to
spoiler.
be
Because
spoiled.
spoilers are anything that like spoils the movie for you.
Yeah. That's just a plot twist.
Like Norman Bates turning out to be the killer.
Spoiler.
That's a spoiler.
Spoiler.
Also a twist.
Spoiler.
Well,
Oh my god, this is a huge spoiler. No, it's not. But it's a spoiler.
yeah.
I think my thing is as long as if it's popular in pop culture, if it's something everybody knows, it's not a spoiler. But even if there's a chance that nobody knows about it, then tread lightly.
Yeah.
I feel like
But-
that, but I feel like in the case of like certain movies where it's like it's old and someone's like spoiler, it's like it's something that's well known and it's just it's older than you.
Like I didn't see the movie until it was already in VHS because I think I was like 3 or 4 when that shit came out in theaters. I don't know, but I saw it when I was like I don't know, probably 8. I already knew what happened from what other people told me. I didn't care.
Yeah, so how about we talk like sci-fi horror, like
Oh yeah, Alien.
sci-fi horror there. Alien, yes.
Leprechaun in space.
Alien.
Jason
is
in
not
space.
No,
Phantasm.
All right, that's
no,
racist.
no, Leprechaun in the Hood.
Leprechaun back
In
to
the
the
hood.
hood.
The new Leprechaun with that guy from
No,
WWE.
let's not go there.
What was that
No.
whole leprechaun thing? Did you also know that there's like a slasher film with like Uncle Sam?
Uncle
Wait,
Sam.
Oh
that. That was actually-
yeah.
wait,
Oh, what about
Yeah,
the?
they had
what
a
about-
poster was like Uncle Sam wants you dead.
Who
Yeah,
else
yeah,
on
yeah.
the
I've
dancing?
seen that shit
Yeah.
like in Blockbuster all the time.
I tell you what, though, I'm gonna be honest here. Alien 1, 10,000 times better than Aliens. Alien is so much better than Aliens. Because for one thing, James Cameron ruined what was a great horror film into a great action film. Like, there was no horror in Aliens. It was just the normal James Cameron, load of horrible dialogue. Apart from Game Over Man, which he didn't write, it was the guy who made it up, which makes sense.
It was ad-libbed.
It was ad-libbed. Game over, man. Best line in the movie. All the other lines, apart from, get away from her, you bitch. It's classic James Cameron, cheesy dialogue. Action's good. You expect that from James Cameron, but overall, it's not scary. You don't feel scared of the aliens, even though there's loads of them coming at you because they've all got guns, rather than in Alien, where they can't have a gun because if they have a gun, they'll shoot the hull into smithereens. They can
Just
only
like-
use a flamethrower, which can't even kill the thing.
Which kind of makes sense why the new Alien game is not Aliens, it's Alien Isolation, because it fits
still doesn't
tonally
look
with
good.
Alien.
Yeah, that's
Huh?
why.
It looks terrible.
The game looks good. I've heard good things about it.
Yeah.
I've heard good things, but I think it looks terrible. Like, the graphics are a bit crap. That's what you
Who
expect.
cares about graphics
Look
anymore?
like
I mean, who cares about graphics anymore? To me, at this point, we're at a point where I don't think graphics can get any better. They're just going to get more that uncanny valley. So I thought it looked good, at least in my
Nah.
opinion.
I just think the models look pretty poor. They could have done better.
Go play an Atari 2600. You will feel completely different.
I've played games like
Play
that. I know.
Pong.
I have played Pong. I played the original Pong.
The
Oh,
graphics
awesome.
on that are amazing, Chris. You will love it.
I've played it. I've played it. I went to a museum and played it.
And it was the most beautiful thing you've ever
Wait,
saw.
you went
It
to
was
a
fun.
museum
It was
to play
fun.
Pong with-
Yeah, it's because it belongs to the museum. Thank you.
Boop, boop, boop. I love that bit. I love that boop.
That was
It's
all I
like-
should
it's
hear.
like a
On
video
really
game
quick to know
museum?
what we were talking about.
But I think we should get back on the topic with the sci-fi horror films.
Well,
Yeah,
since we were talking about aliens and horror,
Yeah.
I think the one we should really talk about is possibly one of the best alien horror pathological thrillers ever.
Go on.
The Thing. You son of a bitch.
Of course,
Yeah.
Thing. Of course.
Oh yes.
Oh, that thing.
My yes thing.
I got so tense when they're checking the blood. He's like, okay. The next one. And then I don't know what it.
I was fucking checking my blood at the end of that shit.
I was. The ending
Really?
is
You
so
actually
good.
like, maybe I'm the thing and I don't even know about it.
That's like
Set myself on
conspiracy-
fire. I'm not screaming like from every cell of my body. No, I'm not the
Oh my
Thing.
god, why would you do that? It's like, I'm an alien monster.
That's
Okay.
another film where the black guy doesn't die at the end.
Or
Oh
did
yes, he
Keith
does.
David. We don't know. You don't know if he dies.
No,
that dude-
Childs is the fucking Thing.
That
Keith
brother
David is
dead.
the thing, not
That
Kurt
brother's
Russell.
dead.
Look, here's the biggest clue.
Go on.
When McCready's drinking from the bottle,
Yeah.
he drinks it from it first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Drinks from his lips, passes it to Childs.
Mhm.
Childs doesn't hesitate to drink straight from the bottle.
He doesn't hesitate.
Yeah, he's not afraid.
Oh
of
yeah, I know. I do think it's Keith David. I'm just asking you questions because I'm the host, of course. I do think it's Keith David, but technically he kind of does survive. He's still in one piece. But what I like is you don't know what the thing actually looks like. Like, what is it? Is it a pathogen? Is it an actual thing inside of you? Like physical thing, not a
Yeah, sort of like
macroscopic
a
thing.
virus.
It has
Yeah.
it has to be because it's conscious enough to wait,
Mm.
until it's threatened to show itself.
Have any of you seen the
It
prequel?
imitated us well enough. I mean, how long was it the fucking doctor?
Have any of you seen the prequel?
Yeah. I've not
The
seen
new
the pre.
prequel?
Yeah,
The prequel, they kind of show what it looks like. Spoiler, if you want to know. You
I
want to
don't
know?
want to know what it looks like. It's going to spoil the thing, isn't it?
I mean, they show in the opening. Like it's the first glimpse you see of it.
Well, no, that's just what form it took.
Oh, but
Because
I
that's the
like
thing.
the. Go ahead.
What was it? It like they had like several concepts for the thing, and I think they even had like another concept for another alien that was on the ship or something. But yeah, like I don't think we're ever supposed to know exactly what it is. Only that it can change.
And that is brilliant.
Yeah, it sort of plays with the whole fear of the unknown and paranoia.
It's the ultimate fear of the unknown. What's more
Yeah.
frightening than something you don't know what it is or
And
what
it's
it
a
could
thing.
be?
It doesn't have a
I
name.
thought-
It's just a thing. Like you know that the alien is an alien. It's a xenomorph. But you don't know what the thing is. It could be
The
your
problem-
friend. It could be your dog.
The problem that I had watching the prequel and watching the original now, the original, at least to me, didn't hold up that well. So the scare wasn't there for me.
I thought
At
it held
all?
up extremely well. The prosthetics are brilliant for the time.
What?
I mean, for the time, it was amazing, but
I
like
think
I
it holds
watched it and
up.
I'm like,
I was
eh.
great.
You get the fuck out.
I'm just saying, like it's
I think
still.
it holds up.
I can see why
Nah,
it's terrifying, but once you see like the transformations and everything, it's like, it's not that. It kind of looks more. To me, it was more laughable. But then
I
again,
don't
I'm
think it
from
was
the generation
laughable.
that's seen like this generation's kind of been spoiled because we've had movies like The
I
Saw
know
and
we
all
have.
these movies that show like a lot of gore. So for me, it's like at this point, I was like, I was expecting more from what was described to me. Like to
Yeah,
me,
but
it
I
was
would say
probably
I'm the
they
same
hyped it
age.
up.
I'm a little bit older than you. We're the same generation. I was
Yeah.
mightily impressed. I prefer it. I prefer prosthetics than I do CGI. To be honest,
I
Works
prefer
better in horror.
prosthetics too, but to me, that didn't hold up to me looking at it.
I think it did. Especially the bit where it was like the guy's neck goes. I love that bit.
See, that made me laugh.
I don't think it just made me go. Oh!
It just made me go,
Maybe I just don't have any bias. Like, to
I
watch.
just love that every cell of it is its own individual
Yeah.
thing.
like to me, the concept scared the hell out of me. Though I will admit that, like I wouldn't know what to do in that scenario.
What about
Tell you what
Fly?
else. Is it body horror? Would you say thriller? No, The Thing, not thriller. Sorry. It's just would you
I
say
would say-
Thing? The Thing
I
is
would
body
say
horror.
yes, because it uses the body, as something to be afraid of, like any contact with anybody.
Mm.
And
I bet.
their bodies legitimately turn into monsters. Like what was it? The scene where they think somebody's having a heart attack,
Yeah.
and then that's when the thing starts to reveal itself.
Oh,
Like,
is that when the
oh my
doctor
god,
puts his hand in?
the head like separating itself from the body.
I know.
It's
I'll tell you
great.
what's-
Like
I tell you what
Yeah.
scared me. Like, he's saying that guy had a heart attack and he's trying to pump it, do CPR, and he puts his hand in, and then he goes, takes it
Yeah.
off. It's like, oh my god. But that ties in neatly to Cronenberg, because I was going to say Cronenberg would have wished he'd make a sci-fi film like The Thing. What do you think about Cronenberg's his body horror stuff?
Well, let's see. I seen Videodrome.
The Fly is
Videodrome's
awesome.
my favorite of his.
The Fly is awesome.
the Fly.
I've
is
only seen
fantastic.
clips of The Fly.
The Fly is awesome, man.
Fly
You
is
have,
beyond classic.
yeah, it's the body horror film to me.
I think Videodrome's the body horror film because it's the idea that interacting with technology will change you physically. Like he's basically become a living VCR, which then
Or
gives
at
him a
least he
gun.
thinks he is. I don't know. It's like at the end of Videodrome, you didn't know which was hallucination or what was real.
I know.
No, that Superman 3 scared me more than that did.
I honestly have to say that aside from Jurassic Park, that has got to be the best use of Jeff Goldblum
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
ever. That is his best fucking
That-
role.
Yeah.
What about Independence Day? What kind of Earth?
No.
Not his best.
No, that's not a horror movie. That's action.
I know. I was just talking about Jeff Goldblum.
No,
It
I mean,
feels
Jeff,
like it if you
overall,
watch it, though.
overall, that's
Overall,
Goldblum's best role ever.
Yeah. Fly.
The
Yeah,
best use
I
of
agree.
him.
Like if you need to give Jeff Goldblum, that's what you use him for.
But can you say The Fly is really horror? It's more of a
No, it
tragic
is.
stuff.
It's
horror.
it's horrifying.
It's horror.
Horrifying, but is it horror?
Yeah.
I mean, I think if it terrifies you to the point where it's disturbing, it's horror.
And he
'Cause I
did
think
try to
horror-
chase that girl at the end, so I'd say it falls into horror.
Yep.
See, to me, horror is something that's like frightening and disturbing. Like there are a lot of movies that are horror, quote unquote, but they're not frightening or disturbing or will bother me or make me think about it and be even more disturbed. The Fly, for like the parts that I saw, which were probably the most disturbing parts, kind of messed with me for a few days. Ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, like, would you say
Yeah,
we're going back to Wes
Like,
Craven a bit?
Something
but
something can be like, you know, gory and bloody, but not technically be horrifying.
true, like the Fog. That's not gory.
Like a fight, or you know, like the last couple of Saw films. I would even say Hostel isn't horror.
What about we're
It's-
going back to Wes Craven here? But what about Last House on the Left? Is that a thriller or horror, or is it just loads of people getting killed?
No, that's a horror film.
Yeah, I'd say it's horror.
That's because everybody in that movie actually died
Not everyone on House on the Left.
on
Like,
camera. That's a snuff film.
a snuff film.
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
Wait. You mean people actually died?
Nobody died on Last House on the Left.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
They just hired
They
actors
started
to play
rumors.
the actors.
That's like the bloody rumor that there was a bloody Indian curse on Poltergeist.
Or the
that's-
Hanging Man in Wizard
That's
of Oz.
bullshit. Last House on the Left, everybody who died in that film actually died on camera.
No, they didn't. They're all still alive.
No, they just hired actors to play the actors, so nobody would
Stop
get suspicious.
bullshitting. Stop bullshitting.
You bullshit.
He's laughing. He knows he is.
Who's looking it up
Trump
right
him.
now? Who's looking it up right now? Who's looking it up right now?
Oh,
What?
but like, I hate the idea of like these people come around just to kill you because they're crazy. Like, Last House on the Left. It's not. It's kind of like I was saying.
Well, I mean, technically, they went to them to get killed.
So there's like flies into a spider's web.
Yeah, I guess so.
Basically.
Yeah, isn't that always the case?
Not necessarily.
It just
I
car
mean-
broke down.
I mean, one could. I mean,
Jason Takes Manhattan.
you know, Michael Myers, he stalks everybody.
You know what we haven't talked about yet? I haven't talked about foreign horror films. We've not talked about.
Wait.
Go on.
Before we go, we have to go to the best sci-fi horror film,
Go
Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Plan 9 from Outer Space.
That's not a horror film.
That's a horror film.
No, it's not.
That's a sci-fi comedy.
That's a disaster movie.
Vampira.
Oh, Vampira.
Oh,
Yeah.
there was a film I was thinking of that could be considered that. But
Wait, what about Reanimator?
Reanimate.
I haven't
Driller
watched-
Killer.
I haven't
I've
watched
never
Reanimator.
watched it.
I haven't watched Reanimator. Oh yeah, I am too. I have never watched Reanimator, and I know it's on Netflix right now. Wait, is it on
Prometheus.
Netflix?
Prometheus.
No, we're not talking about
That shit.
Yes,
man.
we're not. Yes, we're going to.
We're
We'll
not
talk about it. We will just
Oh!
destroy it.
Predator.
Prometheus was terrible. There we go. We talked about it.
Prometheus was terrible. Come
Yes,
on,
like
come on. Let's
Prometheus.
listen to it.
Pothole the movie.
Guys,
Come on,
Predator.
Fuck it, like it fucked us. Come on. Like it put
I
its
like it
alien tongue into us. We'll put our alien tongues into it. Come on.
I like it the same way that I like the Star Wars prequels on its
Okay.
fucking own.
It's horrible.
Not at all.
Can you believe? You know what I think? Bloody thingy. Who's the director again?
Prometheus?
Prometheus. I forgot his name.
Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott?
Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott. I'd been thinking about a prequel for ages, but didn't have any ideas. Like Ridley Scott decided that okay, we need to think of a plan. So he suddenly read all this stupid pseudo-scientific bullshit about the origin of men and of like how we were on Earth or how we evolved. And so that
Didn't
that's
he
great,
Shit.
brilliant, from outer space. Oh, and then of course the screenwriter, Buddy, decided, oh, this has got to be true. I hate how the way that movie basically put our bloody our origins is from another planet, and that's a fact. I'm like,
Chris,
no.
if we evolved from outer space, why is there still outer space? Thank you very much.
Hey,
There was more
disagree with
problems
that.
with the movie than just that.
Oh yeah. Why did you get an actual old person to play an old person?
But technically,
Why is this that was horrific makeup? That was terrible.
What happened with the film was Ridley Scott was telling the writer to write the script while they was filming. That's what was happening. And then when he wasn't satisfied with that writer, he hired another writer to fix up what that writer was doing.
David Lindelof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And David Lindelof was like, hey, sure, I can do whatever you want. And that's what happened with Prometheus.
Yeah, because from what David Lindelof was saying on Twitter, it seems like he really didn't care that much about the project. Because he does a lot of rewrites on scripts. He's pretty much your go-to guy. If you need a script rewritten, he can rewrite it. And it sounded like, from what he was saying on Twitter, because you remember Chris Cox even got mad at him for it. It sounded like he really didn't care about the project. He was just like, they asked him to do it, so he did it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, if you listen to that, those tracks from the Blu-ray of Prometheus, he was all for it. He was like, "Yeah, I get to work with Ridley Scott." But that's what it all was. It was.
That's
it wasn't
because
like,
he's being paid to promote the film within the film.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what they should have done? Just left the space thingy alone.
Which I
Anyway, we've got to go on a break because it's time for me to switch houses. So you guys keep on talking, and if it's good enough to be on the podcast, be my guest. So I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes.
Okay.
all right.
This is what
Chris,
we do,
don't
Andrew.
say you'll be right back.
Just
I
go.
didn't say-
Oh my God, he's a dead man.
It's like, I'll go outside and see what's going on.
Okay, I'll go
There's
outside.
a phone
with
signal
just a-
outside.
I'll go outside with just a sock full of tangerines.
Don't worry, I got my lucky meat necklace with me.
What about Predator?
Yeah, it's action film, which is strange because every time I watch The Raid, I have to immediately watch Predator.
Okay, how about Predators?
No, we don't talk about Predators. Oh, I haven't watched Predators. I thought you was gonna go with Predator 2, because fuck that movie.
I
Predator
think
too.
Gary Busey was pretty scary and Predators.
No, that's just Gary Busey.
That's how he is all the time.
I don't know. It's like I think that Predator was scared of that guy.
I love that
Get him
joke.
away from me!
I love that joke on Family Guy. Like I forget what the like joke is, but the cutaway was like, we're gonna fail something like reality failed Gary Busey. And Gary Busey just looking in the mirror. It's like, how you feeling today, Gary Busey? And then the mirror's like a horrifying clown with snakes for hair and like fangs. He's like, looking good.
Didn't they actually get Gary Busey for that?
I don't know, but it was funny as hell.
Most likely they did.
Yeah, with the whole Predators. I mean, I know how Xenomorphs really produced, but it's like, are there like lady Predators?
Yeah,
Yeah, according
but
to
I don't think they're warriors. I think they're literally used just for breeding.
Yeah, so they just stay home, take care of the kids.
Yeah. It honestly, just based on the few glimpses we got of their homeworld from Predators, it seems like they're like very barbaric in nature, but scientifically sophisticated. So
Was
it's
that the homeworld?
So they stole the technology.
I don't know if they stole it. It's quite possible, like maybe aliens visited them and they like just slaughtered them and adopted their technology.
We come in
Because I mean, you can be
Yeah,
intelligent.
give me that iPhone.
You can be intelligent but be savage. It's all about your behavior. You can be incredibly smart but still psychopath.
That iPhone bit is not making the show because somebody will make that fucking movie where we went there in a time bubble, and fuck that.
Prometheus 2.
Which, unfortunately, is still in development.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still making a Prometheus 2?
Yeah, they're making
Prometheus
it.
wasn't
Yeah,
that
this is
fucking
making-
bad.
It was
Yeah,
bad.
isn't it called Paradise?
That was the
But-
rumored title. Because remember the rumored title, I remember being Prometheus, Paradise, and something else with a P. And then,
Penis.
I
Oh
wouldn't
no,
be
no,
surprised.
just phallus.
But Ridley Scott said he was going to, I believe he said he was going to do it after he does the Blade Runner sequel.
If he doesn't
then
kill
there was-
himself first.
Why is
And
there a sequel to Blade Runner?
I don't fucking know.
I mean, he's been talking about doing a sequel. From what I understand, since the film came out, he just never got around to it. From the way he makes it sound.
Why? Blade Runner is
Why would you
so
do that?
perfect.
Oh man, fucking Harrison Ford is gonna look super fucking old.
But you
in
know,
that.
they're supposed to be set. From what the rumor is, well, he never actually said it, but it's alluded to from what he talked about that the Blade Runner universe is in the same universe as the Aliens universe is.
What?
Yeah, that was he didn't really confirm it, but apparently like there's an interview where if
Okay.
you read into it, you can read into him
Okay.
basically saying
Here's
they
a-
coexist.
Here's an interesting concept. What would a xenomorph that came out of a fucking replicant look like?
A xenomorph, I guess, just with white goo. I mean, replicants don't really have DNA, or do
Yeah,
they?
like the aliens don't try to infect them. They just like kill them because they're just like in the way.
No, they don't kill them. They fucking almost kill them and then tie them up and put their babies in their chest. They adopt a certain amount of the DNA of the host. That's why the xenomorphs that come from humans look different than that xenomorph in Prometheus.
The one that had the really big chattering teeth.
Well, yeah, you
Or the
see,
ones
like,
that-
I don't know,
or
you
the-
remember,
or the
like,
ones that on the
Predator
wall.
versus Aliens, where they had that Pred alien?
Yeah, which
Remember when they had that alien that was a dog?
Well, yeah, see, if you had a xenomorph that infected a dog, it would adopt a certain amount of that DNA.
What if there was an alien that came out of an alien?
What? That never happened. Xenomorph affected? Why would that happen?
That's like inbreeding, man.
Yeah,
know.
it's like be a
Like
redneck.
you get a stupid hillbilly
Yeah, just
alien.
get a little hat and a little banjo and like, hey, that's a pretty mouth you got there. I like it too.
Both of them.
And then-
Actually, I
And he
kinda
loves
imagine
Larry
it,
the
I
Cable
kind of
Guy.
imagine it talking like a beaky buzzard, like oh no, I don't wanna, nope, I don't wanna.
I'm bringing home a baby
Every all know
to the tree.
why. Every know why Tony Scott killed himself.
Oh, that's
Yeah, because Prometheus was being written.
No, it's because the sequel to Blade Runner was being written.
No, it was Prometheus.
All of the above.
Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't sound like good if the original director decided to jump the gun and was like, well, I ain't going to live to see this crap.
Well, at least there's two ways to look at it. On one hand, it's sad he passed away, but on the other hand, we didn't get that Top Gun 2, which he was working on before he passed, which is still moving forward without him, though.
Yeah, they said doing that movie without him.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah,
they're still doing it.
that's
I mean,
a
the
thing.
They need to have Tom Cruise jump a shark with the jet.
Actually,
it's gonna
that
happen.
would make me want to see it.
I'll be honest, I would go see that too.
that's a movie I see.
I'd YouTube it.
It's like, okay, now let's do the whole shirtless homoerotic volleyball scene and action.
All right.
For the ball.
I've never seen Top Gun, but I've never heard anything good about it to warrant a sequel.
It doesn't deserve a sequel.
Back
I've
in
heard
the
more
day,
about
it was
that volleyball
okay.
Yeah, like I would say it's a decent movie.
It's better than watching Delta Force.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what about Megaforce? That's pretty good.
Wait, which one am I thinking of? Which one is Delta
What about
Force?
Mega Man?
Delta Force is with Chuck Norris, and they got the motorcycles and all the crazy shit.
That's not the one with the flying motorcycle, right?
Yeah, that's Megaforce.
Yeah,
That's Megaforce. Yeah.
So, which was a complete ripoff of Delta Force?
I love that movie.
Because I've heard more about that volleyball scene in Top Gun than anything else.
Well, certain things stand out, my man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
see-
well, if they're going to make a sequel to Top Gun, they should at least have, like, guy-on-guy action. Enough of the foreplay.
You know what's funny? If the sequel is just an extended volleyball scene,
Yeah.
like the Top Gun 2, you thought the tournament was gay before. And there's a whole gay volleyball tournament, it's a whole plot of the movie.
Top Gun 2, volleyball.
Volleyball Boogaloo.
Yeah, I wouldn't watch that movie.
You killed it, sir.
I wouldn't watch that movie.
It was sounding all kinds of homo fun, and you killed it.
Everybody was having a gay old time until you got
You son of a bitch! Fuck you!
I have to admit that was clever. That was clever.
We'll have a gay old Top Gun.
It's like, hey, soldier boys, who needs some sun lotion?
I can grease your engines.
Hey, speaking of horror, what did anyone think of the Grudge movies? I liked the first one. I didn't see two, so I have no idea what two was like.
the first. I like the first one. The second one sucked,
I don't
and
care.
I stopped after that.
I don't
Which
know.
movies?
I know they're rebooting it at Sony.
Which movies?
The Grudge. The rumor is they're rebooting it as
Oh.
a found footage film as well.
Nah, whatever.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah.
I mean, why can't I just like the original Japanese or
Well, look, they remade The Ring. What difference is there?
They're remaking that too. So
yeah, stop remaking the
Stop
ring.
remaking shit.
The Ring is one of the remakes, but with the Grudge.
Why don't they just cross over The Grudge and The Ring?
Because it's two different studios.
It's the same ghost, isn't it?
And then
Yeah.
Godzilla
Yeah.
shows up at the end.
It was the same ghost in
and
different forms.
then it turns out it's all it's all in the head of a little boy with a snow globe.
No, what, let me ask this
Fuck
question. Let me ask.
Or
This,
it turns out that it's
let me ask this question. How do we feel about found footage films?
Don't
Well,
give a
found-
fuck.
Found footage horror films.
Don't
I-
fucking
Like,
care.
it's been done to death.
the only one that I liked was that Quarantine movie.
Cloverfield.
And Cloverfield. Cloverfield was good.
That's
but
it.
But does Cloverfield count as found footage? Because it's
Yes.
technically
Yes,
more.
yes.
It's
It's
absolutely found
Yeah.
footage.
But if we go on the full spectrum, we ain't talking about what was it, Chronicles?
Chronicle. Oh, fucking
Chronicle.
Chronicle. Yes. Okay. Chronicle
Chronicle's
is the one exception to the math rule.
Yeah,
Yeah, what
Chronicle.
about the original found footage horror movie? I mean, Blair freaking Witch.
There's one that predates Blair Witch too. There was
Really?
another one. Yeah, I heard. It was talked about also on the Leog before it went off.
Okay, so what was before Blair Witch?
I have no idea. They had some horror guy there who talked about it.
Because I thought Blair Witch started the whole found footage craze.
But
No,
it was
Blair
probably
Witch
the
is just the
first,
most popular.
right.
No.
It was probably the first one to hit big numbers.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say it started it because the next one, what was the one after that? It was like probably like 10 years after Blair Witch when we had this big
Cloverfield.
we had this big found footage craze. But I would say it was started, but the craze was done by Cloverfield.
Yeah, but then Cloverfield got forgotten because remember they were supposed to do a sequel to that. We never got that.
Yeah. I ain't like
It was
Cloverfield.
Godzilla.
I ain't like,
That's why it didn't
No.
show up till the end.
No, see, Cloverfield, I actually gave a damn.
I would
Godzilla,
say-
I didn't give a single fuck.
I would
Yeah.
say Super 8 is the sequel to Cloverfield.
Oh dear
What?
God, why?
Yeah.
It
Are you
would
kidding
be a
me?
prequel.
Yeah, it would be a prequel to Cloverfield.
It turns into a horrible horror movie at the. Well, I see. I like that progression. E.T. ripoff to terrible
No,
horror movie monsters.
I don't know.
It's not a
Super
terrible movie, but
Super
the
8 is
monsters
just
are terrifying.
E.T. I mean, Super 8's just E.T. on steroids.
Super 8 is
That performance enhancers.
To be honest with you, Super 8 to me is forgettable because I barely remember much from it.
yeah. There's nothing about it. If you want to know what it's like, if you want to watch a Spielberg movie without actually watching a Spielberg movie, watch Super 8.
Bawa, a wimbawa, a
The stalker slays tonight. Fuck you.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, I can't remember the rest.
A weem away, 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 a weem.
Okay, it's
Walk away.
Speaking of Disney,
Yes.
Was I the only one that was kind of upset about that Inside Out teaser? Like, it's
How
not
so?
even really a
Yeah.
teaser.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
It's less than a teaser. I didn't think that was possible.
Yeah.
It's basically Disney saying, "Look how great we are,"
Ding.
and then here's Pixar.
What about the
Here's a-
Tomorrowland teaser?
The Tomorrowland teaser I really liked. I
like that.
Tomorrowland. I like that one.
Yes, I want to see that fucking film.
Yeah, I want to see how they pull that off.
Tomorrowland.
Who's in it again?
Is that
It's
Spielberg?
George Clooney and somebody else.
And
Oh,
And it's
some glory.
directed by Brad
and
Bird.
someone. And kind of co-written by David Lindelof, but we're not gonna.
Oh God, dear God, oh God.
Yeah, I know.
Joss Whedon and fuck David Lindelof.
Yeah, shouldn't we
Oh.
talk more about horror films? And
Yeah, let's
Yeah, we've
talk
got to talk about horror films, and then
Wait, what
oh,
about the
David's
old
gone.
Halloween movie?
David's gone.
yeah, so hey, what happened to David? He was just here.
I know.
Oh my God,
He was
Oh my
here a
God.
minute ago.
guys, it's the killer.
I think we'll talk about some horror films a little bit, and then we'll have to move on to horror games.
He's taking us off one by one.
Oh,
What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?
We made you! We made you!
That's how he screams. It's like, ow!
I'm gonna get you, girl.
Shut up!
Ah, there goes David, off the cliff.
Him and that horse.
Sweet David, we hardly knew ye.
Ah, he's back. Don't talk any more shit.
Oh no, he's back from the dead!
Kill it before it lays eggs.
Damn you, Comcast.
It was Comcast the whole time.
I could believe that.
Is Chris gone?
We lost the host.
He lost the host.
The host.
Oh my God!
Again.
It's seriously a serial killer right now.
The Skype killer. The update came with an unwanted guest.
What happened there? Everything just went to shit.
Yeah.
This call is about to be put on hold.
You
All right,
motherfucker.
so
Put that on your poster and smoke it.
I'm magically back. So I think we'll talk
You
about a
came
few
back
more.
from the dead!
This is officially a seance.
Oh, come back. Have we talked about Hellraiser yet? Oh, Jared's gone.
Oh no, they took Jared!
Oh my God!
Jared! They took Jared!
They took our Jared!
Yeah, I'm the token black guy.
God damn it.
What the fuck? Hello?
I'm about to be
Hello.
the only black.
Hey.
The token.
What the fuck, man?
Oh my God! It's only the white guys left.
Adam.
Hello?
Right?
Hello?
Oh,
Jared, stop coming back. I'm the only black guy here.
Hello?
I'm the only mixed race guy
I
here.
think-
Oh my god! Just when he said that.
Where did I go?
I mean, I'm not technically white. I'm consistent of a
Damn
vibranium
it.
adamantium
What?
alloy.
Why
All
is
right.
it all dark in here? And why am I sticky?
oh god damn it.
There's that hentai rape again.
Wasn't me!
I come back,
Sure
all I
it
hear
was.
is hentai wave.
Stop fucking around. Come on.
Andrew, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here, and
What
I
the fuck up, Andrew's the one killing us all.
Robert. Robert.
What's up?
Robert. Stop fucking around.
Okay.
Because everyone just left then. What's going on?
I don't know.
Was that actually Skype, not you?
It started with David, it went to Jared, and then you're a casualty too.
it's the Skype killer!
They've all been replaced by things.
We have to really.
Things!
We need to
really
get
hope-
back on track. We've not really talked about Hellraiser at length, have we? Like we mentioned it, but we haven't
really.
talked about it.
Yeah, okay, let's talk about Hellraiser.
It's funny that you
Hellraiser.
mentioned that. I have a Rubik's Cube right here.
I have one somewhere, you know.
Anyone want to solve it?
I'm alright, thank you.
Mm.
I think that film probably has.
Come
the
on,
worst
nobody
sequel.
solves a Rubik's Cube.
I do.
Not unless you're Asian.
All right.
Oh no, fuck
Or
me.
Will
no.
Smith.
That's racist to Rubik's Cubes.
That's racist to me. Anyway, yeah, don't you think Hellraiser has like the worst sequels ever made? Probably.
I think it has like one good one. I just don't remember which one it is.
Is it number 2?
I don't know. Well, they're all kind of number 2, aren't they?
Yeah, I like that. I can't. I'm scared of the fact that there's a guy who's entirely made of pins in his body. That's kind of scary.
Yeah,
I mean,
didn't
he's
he
not,
also
he's
have,
not
like,
entirely made of pins. He just has.
I
pins
know. I
in
mean, in his
face.
body, like he's got all
I-
horrible.
I mean,
stuff.
I think it would be more horrifying if he was like a person bag that was full of pins, kind of like Oogie Boogie, but
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Don't touch him.
yeah, he's a real prick.
It's a kind of British movie, isn't it? It's got a British actors in it, set in like Britain, sort of, isn't it?
Yeah, doesn't it also have a lot of S&M thing to it?
Yeah.
Because
It's
I
more
know
like
you Brits are like, you into the S&M.
Are we? I'm not.
Yeah, I could have sworn like a lot of people in the UK were into S&M.
Maybe you should give it a try.
No, I'm all right.
You sure about that? Don't knock it till you try it.
Come on, bend over.
No.
Chris is like, I don't do that anymore, guys. I'm not that person.
But yeah, David.
That's my old life.
That was just a phase.
It's the phase I'm going.
Yeah, a phase that lasted 10 years.
Anyway,
Anyone remember
Hellraiser.
American Werewolf in London?
Oh yes. I remember that
We had
one.
that on DVD.
Well, of course you do, Chris. You fucking lived it.
It was before I was born. I didn't live it. It's in the
I-
80s,
Because you're from
Because it was
England.
in London?
Never mind.
and I'm not from London, so I couldn't possibly have lived it.
Yeah, he hates London. Don't you know this?
England.
You fucking xenophobe. You make
Actually,
me
I have a
sick.
lot of friends from London.
Well, the
it's
way
just
you
around-
talk about London is like it's
Yeah.
the most horrible place on the
It
earth.
is. It is.
It is.
But
It's like the Detroit of,
I was
No,
going to say
stop.
New York
Stop.
City.
Britain.
I was
Hey,
gonna
New
say
York-
New
no.
York. That would be
I
more
went to
fitting.
New York, Britain.
London is
Fuck
not
New York
Detroit.
City.
Fucking
He
is
kids
from
in
New
that
York.
city are just
Liverpool is the Detroit.
assholes.
Oh,
I
okay.
like
So
Liverpool.
avoid
Liverpool or
Liverpool.
Glasgow.
and-
Liverpool or Glasgow are the Detroits. We haven't really got a city that's in debt or anything like that. It's kind of hard to explain. Actually, no, it could be Nottingham. That was once voted the worst place to live in the United Kingdom.
Well,
I
that's
don't
because
know.
Robin Hood's gone.
What's the city that's in Hot Fuzz?
It's not a city.
Town?
It's
The
it's
town.
not even real. It's not a proper.
It's a village.
Oh, okay.
It's a town, but it's not called Sanford.
Yeah. Actually,
It's
I
in
was filmed in a
Surrey.
town in Wales.
The city he's in is London, but the town he's in is not. It's not real. Like they filmed it in the real place, but it's not called Sanford. But the people are like that. They do sound like Morning Angle, or a
And
farmer.
they also murder people.
The greater
Wow.
good.
Yeah,
There is
good. Good.
Greater good. Remember, they say it very nice. It's the greater good.
We don't need those conjuring jugglers.
that
Before
reminds
you
me. I,
say gypsy scum, we were knee deep in dog muck.
The human statue!
I have to watch the World's End after
Make
this.
more movies.
They're actually going to make a brand new trilogy. I heard.
Yay!
I
Yeah.
heard.
You just made my day, sir.
Shall we move on to horror games? Because it is, after all, a movies and video games show.
Yeah.
And that-
So what is EA putting out this time?
well,
EA.
I am the CEO of EA. Yeah, look it up.
Boo!
Wilson is the CEO of EA.
Boo!
That explains.
Fuck you. Give me money.
That explains everything.
I don't care about you nerds. I just want your money.
Yeah. he wanted our money the whole time.
Is it sad I forget I have Origin until somebody says they get a free game?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So speaking of horror games, any horror games you can think of, people?
Well, what about Slender.
I don't know. Sonic Heroes is pretty horrifying.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh,
much.
oh,
Stories.
That's more horrific.
there was a guy on this stream I was watching, who worked on that, and he said it was horrifying to work on. But anyway,
Oh.
that's another topic.
I'm sure everybody's talked the PT to death.
I'm sure. Yeah, Silent Hill. We could talk about all the Silent Hill games if you want.
I only ever
Okay.
played the first one on PS1.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Really?
with that one.
It was fucking creepy.
I heard the first one is probably the best. Well, I heard it's tied with the second one as being the best in the series, but I've never actually played the original first two.
It's so worth playing the first one.
Yeah, I think 1, 2 is best. It's got to be the best in the series. I mean, 3 after that, it just keeps going downhill.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
I
Yeah,
like,
one was amazing. It scared the shit out of me. But I was like, what, 12 maybe?
You must have been scarred for life.
See, for me, it would be I liked Dead Space 1 and 2. But for me, Resident Evil 4 is not really fair because it's a more action than horror, though people always put it as the best horror game. But it's never really scary. It's creepy at times.
Yeah.
And it does have that moment early on when you're kind of scared, well, what's around the corner. But there comes a point like halfway through the game where you get, if you upgrade right and everything, you become kind of overpowered to some extent.
Yeah, I know they were trying to fix that with the new game, Evil Within, but it reminded me way too much of Resident Evil. It's like getting a little bit too actiony. It's like, come on.
It's the same guy, isn't it?
It's like Halo and Destiny.
Yeah, I mean, Destiny, yeah, huge disappointment.
See, I've heard mixed things. Like, I know some people who outright hate Destiny, and then I have some people who say it's good and has the potential to be great. I hear mixed things. But back to the horror games. Has anyone played the Silent Hill 4 or any of the Dead Space games? Like, what did y'all think of that?
Kind of played one about halfway through, and it got pretty creepy, but I just couldn't get used to the controls on the PC.
On Dead Space?
Yeah, I just couldn't get the hang of the controls.
I couldn't either. EA had it for PC on Origin, and I can't. Like, the PS3 version is easier than the PC version, which is weird because I usually hear the reverse, that the PC is easier than the console for most games I hear.
Yeah, when the Steam controller comes out, all will be even.
I'm back.
Thank
Finally.
God.
The class is back.
We only had to talk about horror games without you.
I know. I've not really played a hell of a lot, but
We
I've
got
played
up to
quite
Dead
a few.
Space.
Yeah, we got
Dead
Dead
Space.
Space and Resident Evil 4.
Dead Space and Resident Evil. Okay, I've been playing the original Resident Evils.
Neither did I.
I played it
I said I've been playing them. I've been playing them.
It was
I haven't
good.
got up to 4 yet. I'm still on number 1. Like, I just go back and forth playing a few of them.
I mean,
Controls are shit. I'll be
Well,
honest.
it's not
controls-
good now, but in its day, it was good.
It was good, yeah.
They're doing a remake of the original too.
Yeah, like the 3 billionth or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
so-
they keep remaking it like crazy.
Yeah, but it's interesting.
it's like
to
a multiplicity. They're making a copy of a copy of a copy. They're going to end
Yeah.
up with a retarded zombie.
Well, this one they
Interesting.
said they're going to have the control style of
Yeah.
Resident Evil 4.
It's interesting you talk about Dead Space because I played the first 2, not played the third one yet. But
Don't
That's
do it
basic-
to yourself.
I played the third one.
Yeah, don't do it to yourself. You're good. You've completed the Dead Space trilogy. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
That.
You have completed a great game. Now
It
go
could not
test
be-
our heroes.
Come on, Dave.
Have a cookie.
It could have been that, right? It could have been that bad.
Well, because it's not scary. That's the thing.
Oh,
It's a co-op game, so
Oh.
it's not scary anymore. You just kind of
Yeah, it's more.
It's like-
me.
yeah.
Well, I was talking about the first. We're going to talk about the first 2. They're basically Alien in the proper Alien game that everyone wanted, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like Alien mixed with the Thing to some extent.
I love the mechanic they have where you can walk up to something that you think is dead and you go, you're like, whoa! And like, you can't shoot the torso, you got to shoot the limbs off to kill them.
Even
Go
on the PC, that's not that easy.
True.
Yeah, I like.
You
the,
gotta stomp them. Stomp the yard.
Yeah, that's why I was glad in 2 when they add the stumping mechanic because like you can stump them before they can jump out. But I also liked how like they would have these big like giant like tentacle like kind of like what I imagined the Thing would look like if it was able to get enough people and grow, like monsters that would be scattered throughout the environment. That to me was one of the disturbing. It honestly looks like someone said like saw the Alien. Well, Aliens, since it has an action element to it, saw Aliens
yeah.
and saw the Thing and said, what if we merge the 2 with a little bit of zombies to it? Because there are some points in the game where you think you'll see a zombie, but it just turns out to be the necromorphs. Even the name, necromorph. Xenomorph, necromorph.
Yeah, I know. And like, what I like about it is the death animations. Like, you could actually become one of them, which is game over, isn't it? Like, they've got face hugger type things, but they're bigger. They envelop you properly, don't they? And then they fit into you.
They just wear you like a suit.
I
Yeah,
know.
like they stab you through the head and then transform you.
Mm.
Almost instantly too.
That's
Like when
just
like the
scary.
opening scene in Dead Space 2, like in the
Oh.
elevator. that I was like, oh god.
So they transform you like the Borg if they were on their period.
Yeah.
I guess like they fly towards you
Yeah.
and
You
stuff
got
like that, and they take up dead bodies and they turn those into xenomorphs too. So you have to like kill them before they can get in their bodies, otherwise you're crowded with them. Have you played Alan Wake?
I've tried to.
Yes.
My computer can't handle it.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's like what Jonathan was talking about with that Wes Craven film with the writer's
yeah.
story. I like that.
No, it's just based on Stephen King.
Yeah, it really was. Like like they even said like they wanted like it's the opening of the game is a quote of Stephen King from talking about one of his novels, and it's supposed to be the writer of the game said it was inspired by Twin Peaks and Stephen King. Oh,
dude, you know a good Twin Peaks like game is like Deadly Premonition.
Oh, that Rachel tried to play that through in the walkthrough. They hated it. They hated it. It was a Patreon
That's one of those
thing.
games you can't play, from what I understand. Like you just have to enjoy the concept of it.
Yeah, he's also released a new game. The guy who made that, and it's
it's
Japanese,
like
isn't it? It's
D4.
Japanese. D4. Oh god, it looks stupid. So stupid. They should make that their new playthrough for Patreon.
Yeah, I want to watch some playthroughs of that.
Yes.
Like,
Also, wait,
sounds
not just
awful.
Deadly Premonition. I'm thinking, what are those other films? I'm not games.
Sorry. I would be perfectly happy if they would just play through The Last of Us again.
What? There's. Oh yeah,
I would rewatch a whole nother series of Last of Us.
The Last
I've
of Us
never
is.
finished The Last of Us.
I finished it.
I haven't
Not really
finished the
horror.
game, but the Rage Select.
No, I was just
Condemned.
saying I never finished it.
Any of you played the
so good.
Condemned games? Condemned.
No?
I played one back when they had the demo for it on Xbox, and I
One was-
rented two and hated it.
Was one like straight up horror game, survival horror, and then the second one less so?
Yeah,
I don't know.
played
Is
the
it
second one?
beating up homeless guys?
Yeah.
Beating up homeless guys. The movie. Can any of you older gamers think of any older games that were horror based? Like
Possibly the worst horror game ever created was for the or for the NES.
yeah.
And it was the Friday the 13th game. The
Oh,
first one,
yes.
by
Yeah, but
LJN.
Because they had like the greatest like game over screen. It's like
Yes, you're dead.
your friends are dead.
Yes. Oh my god. Fuck
Oh.
that game.
What's that slasher game that was in the 90s? Splatterhouse.
Splatterhouse, yes.
They did
Yeah.
a remake of that too.
Yeah, I heard.
It was terrible. It was awful.
Was it
Yeah.
terrible? Oh,
Yeah, I rented it for GameFly. It was awful. It was an awful experience. It's so
Damn.
buggy and glitchy.
Yeah.
You fall
Well,
through
at
the-
least you didn't
wall.
buy it.
Oh yeah, I have more common sense than that.
I feel that horror will probably end up being more popular in games than it will films, because it seems that's where all the innovations going. Like, I know that the Evil Within doesn't look particularly innovative. At least with all the zombies, it doesn't really need zombies. And then like all these, I saw the playthrough from Rage Select. All this almost post-apocalyptic thing, like the city just gets destroyed. I can see a few ideas there that they can do, and plus you're in it. You're not the one watching it. You're in it, and you're actually gonna feel the nerves. Like I remember Left 4 Dead. Do you know Left 4 Dead?
Yeah, I still play that.
I enjoyed
Yeah,
the mods.
That's tense. That's tense because you never know if it's going to be a horde or just a couple of zombies.
Actually,
I wish they would
do
hurry up and
know,
make 3.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I put a mod on that makes them all Daleks and they're really fucking loud, so you can tell how many there are.
Totally. Gotta get that.
Yeah, they're like, exterminate, exterminate, exterminate.
Yeah, don't they have like the Supreme Dalek, the Short Dalek?
You have to do those
like
individually.
Steve the Dalek. Hello,
Jimbo,
I am
the Dalek
Dalek.
cause they don't talk about.
No, you have to do all the mods individually because one would be a tank, another would be a witch.
Would you consider Manhunt to be a horror film? I mean, horror game. Keep saying film as well.
Yeah, it was a slasher kind of. It was kind of a play on that, from what I understand.
Yeah.
There was
You can't play
another.
It's on Steam, but you can't play it because they did an update and it ruined it, and they've not fixed it.
There was a game that came out around the time of Manhunt that got overshadowed. It was about a guy who was in prison for murder,
Yeah.
and then he gets out of it, and it was like demons or whatever had taken over the prison or whatever. And I never played it, but I remember as a kid that being the first commercial for a video game that actually scared the hell out of me.
I think it was called Condemned.
No, that wasn't Condemned.
No, that was.
No, because Condemned, he was a detective.
Was it Damnation?
No,
Was
Damnation.
it an Xbox? Was it original OG Xbox?
Yeah, it was an original Xbox game.
Oh god.
It was also out on PlayStation 2 too. Because I remember going to Walmart wanting to get it, and my mom didn't get it because she didn't like the box art.
It
She thought it
definitely,
was too scary looking.
it definitely can't be Resident Evil Downpour, which was for a bit set in a prison.
Resident Evil. You think of Silent Hill?
Silent Hill,
Silent
yeah.
Hill
Sorry.
Downpour.
Downpour.
Has anyone played Shattered Memories? That game is
I've-
good. I had it on PSP. That was a really good Silent
I
Hill
didn't have
game.
a PSP, so I couldn't play it.
It was on PSP and Wii.
I didn't have a Wii either.
Yeah, it came out on Wii first, then PSP. But
I've
when you
just
play that game, it's kind of like Alien Isolation, where you're running away from it, all the monsters, like you can't engage it. But it plays with the psychological of your character's psyche and stuff like that, and you wind up going crazy. Like it's one of those Silent Hill games that a lot of people overlooked because it kind of came and went.
Yeah. All right,
What was
who's
that?
doing? What was that?
That was soundboard. Why is soundboard?
All right, are we in a horror movie right now? Because lately it has felt like we're in a horror movie right now.
I know.
Have you played Fear?
Yeah,
The
I played
Fear games?
No.
I've played one. I've got them all, but I haven't even. I'm still on one.
Wait, you have it on
Feeling the
PS3?
memories. I've got it on PC.
Okay, I think the PC version's good. The PS3 version sucks because that was during the time when no one knew how to develop for the PS3, so they kind of like scaled back all the graphics and everything
I
like
haven't
that.
played the second one yet, or the third. What's the second one like?
The second
Project
one,
Origin.
Project Origin, that was originally supposed to be it's a prequel. No, it's kind of weird. It deals with Arma's origin, but initially it
Yeah.
wasn't even supposed to be a Fear game. It was supposed to be a standalone game that was a prequel.
Yeah,
to
I
Fear.
remember that.
Yeah, but that one's fun. It has mechs and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It gets repetitive towards the end, but it's fun.
Mhm.
3
I've not
sucks.
played-
Don't
3
don't do-
sucks.
Yeah, don't do 3. 3
remember-
has
remember it
Wes
being,
Craven. Not Wes Craven. Clive Barker, the guy who did Hellraiser or whatever.
Oh yeah,
I believe he directed the cutscenes for that.
really?
Yeah, that's what I believe. Have you played any of his games, Clive Barker's games, like Jericho and the other one?
No,
Don't
I've
do
not
it
played
to
any of his
yourself.
games.
Let's say.
Don't do like it. They all look horrifying, but when you can watch playthroughs online, they look horrifying. Like all the creatures and monsters, like the concept is there for the game, but then you actually watch a playthrough and it's all this glitchy stuff and things spawning right on top of the players,
Oh
Like
no.
which was funny.
You know what we haven't talked about? The Walking Dead video game.
Ooh yeah, but that's not really horror, is it?
It's not. It is horror. It's horror setting, but it's not scary. It's just like I've not seen the TV show, so I can't. I
It's
can't.
as
I don't know
horror
if that's
as much
scary.
Well, it's based
TV
off the
show is.
comics. It's set
Yeah.
in the comic book universe, is what they said. Like it's supposed
Yeah.
to be in continuity
Yeah.
with the comics.
Yeah, so it's not very scary. It's just tense, isn't it? Like you don't want this person to die, but they do anyway.
I don't know. It's also more like depressing.
Yeah, it's
It
like
is.
a gut punch after gut punch.
Mm. Although the second series, the ending can, if you depending on your ending, can be quite uplifting.
I mean, considering who I ended up with at the end, I was kind of like either one. I don't care what happens to either one of you.
Yeah, I didn't like the woman. She was horrible, manipulative. Though she didn't have to die, and also,
Spoiler.
well, is it really a spoiler at this
Right.
point?
Yeah, because there's still a lot of people who haven't played it.
God
and it's just
damn
now
you.
out now.
I
You
haven't played
motherfucker.
season 2.
Fuck me.
Yeah, but
No,
I mean,
like,
What happened?
in his defense, that's only if you do blank. That's it. That's
But to
all I
be
will
fair-
say. Well, I will say this. Yeah, that was. What they do at the end is kind of like I knew that
Yeah.
character was going to turn that way in a way because they
It's
do
predictable.
foreshadow it.
at least
So
in
it
the
wasn't
first-
even a reveal, but like the way they handled it with, oh, this was here the whole time. I was like, okay, I get it. There was a lot of, snow and
Contrived.
everything, but he
It was
would have been able
contrived.
to hear it.
Yeah, it was contrived as fuck. I thought.
Yeah.
I don't know. That part with the dog just made me want to lie down and die.
That was also contrived. I thought that was contrived. Like, oh, even the dog wants to kill you. I'm just like, what? Well,
Well, That I agree with Andrew on that because I was like, oh, I have 2 dogs, so immediately seeing starving, sad dog gets to me, and then have to make a choice. This is technically not a spoiler. It's in the first episode, like in the first 2 scenes.
It's
You're
not
making
even a
that
choice.
choice.
You have to kill it.
You don't have to.
Don't?
You can literally you can let it suffer.
All right.
That's one of the options. You
Which
can-
I just
You don't
killed
have
it.
to kill it, but who wouldn't want to kill a dog?
I would.
well, you have to kill a dog that's like he tries to bite you, and then you throw the dog off, and it lands in a big a thing of a
Yeah,
metal
what I didn't
spear-like
get-
thing that stabs it, and you can either choose to put the dog out of its misery or let it die. And I chose to put the dog out of misery because I didn't want it to suffer. But you don't have to kill it; you can walk away.
All right.
But then they criticize you later for letting it die, and then they criticize you later. One of the characters, if you did kill it. So either way, you're kind of an a-hole.
Yeah, but
Those-
of course, you
I
let the
hate-
dog kill you. They don't criticize the dog at all.
Yeah. I hated that.
put the
I
dog
hated that
down.
group of people. I hated most of the people in that group because, like, especially when they, oh, she's bitten. Like, it's a bloody dog bite. It's not a human bite. You can clearly tell. You know what a dog's mouth is bigger and wider and more deeper cut.
Not if like the bite is, not if it like just scraped a bit of the flesh, so you can't really actually see the
It
bite.
properly bit her as well, properly bit. You could tell the shape of it was a dog's, an animal's. Yet they're like, ooh, I don't know. There's even this stupid doctor didn't know. Like, ooh, I don't
Well,
know.
even the doctor says it looks like a dog bite, but can't be sure. I'm like, you can totally be sure. But I mean, I get
take
the
that
concern.
How long were you in medical school?
He should know what a human bite is and what
He
an
goes
animal
medical
bite is.
school. I worked for the mob.
I'm at the impression that anyone that's supposed to be from watching the TV show and playing the game. I never read the comics, though I have the first one. I'm under the impression that anyone that's supposed to be a scientist or a doctor is not a doctor, they're a vet. And if they're a scientist, they failed ninth grade biology.
Yeah.
Well, Herschel right up front, he said he wasn't a doctor. He mostly just worked on pets and on the farm.
Yeah, he's a veterinary.
Veterinarian.
Yeah.
And what's the dude? The dude with the mullet? He's not a fucking scientist.
You can tell.
Nobody in the right mind would be a scientist and have that haircut with that body type.
What if they lived in the South?
Not
I'll tell you what
even.
about.
Well, then why is he a scientist?
I'll tell you about scientists, right? That I was playing the original Resident Evil game, and I get into this room, and there's a journal, and you read it, and there's this scientist jotting his day down, saying, "I'm just doing this," and then suddenly we've got to be stuck in here. We're quarantined, and then there's something in the air. People are starting to get ill. I'm getting ill. He starts getting these blisters, and he tries to peel one off. He takes a chunk of his flesh out, like it's like proper not horribly translated, but mediocrely translated, horrible PS1 font. Yet slowly but surely he's evolving. He's like, I killed this guy. I tasted him. He tasted good, meat, and then at the end it's just meat, hungry, or something like that. Like, he sees humanity slowly ebbing away, and I thought that was creepy. I'm like,
Either
oh,
that or
Yeah,
he
you
was
kind of
watching
get
the-
like that in
Or he-
Bioshock, where you listen to like tapes
yeah.
of the guy, and you hear their sanity slowly rotting away.
Fallout 3 had
Thank
something
you,
like that.
Andrew.
Thank you, Interestingly
Andrew.
enough, the same thing happens if you watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Andrew, thank you. We forgot Bioshock. That game
Bioshock
Bioshock
not
scared the
horror.
hell out of me when I
It's
first saw
not
it. It is.
horror.
It's sci-fi horror.
It's not sci-fi horror.
It is. It's pretty terrified at first. You didn't tell me when you first opened that opening sequence of Bioshock, you weren't scared at first.
No, I was just. I knew.
Monsters are scary.
You know, like when
That-
when you first introduced to the game, it is truly horrifying, especially when you get to like certain characters. I mean, after a while, the horror
Yeah.
effect goes away and you stop dreading it because the
I'll tell you what
environment
was
changes so
scary.
much.
Was its spiritual predecessor, System Shock, especially System Shock 2, which my dad had, and I once got on it. It was terrifying. Like, you say these probably easy enemies to kill, going "Ah!" behind you, go ah. That used to freak me out. And then the grenade has like a thing that goes into your wrist, then you take it out and throw it. I used to think that was weird.
What about Doom? I wasn't around in
Doom-
generation when Doom was scary. Per
Doom
se,
wasn't
but,
scary.
I've heard like stories from people who like grew up under that time who said it was kind of creepy at first during that time and all that. How about you older guys? Was it? I don't know.
Yeah, to a point.
Well, I don't know. It was supposed to be hell, so yeah, you
Yeah.
get a bunch
To be
of
fair-
demons. But it's not like Silent Hill where the demons are gross. It's like, oh my god, what the hell is that? It's just like, oh look, a demon. I guess I'll go shoot it.
Yeah.
That's a plan, right?
So it's kind of like the precursor to the fear games, because that's pretty much what fear becomes. Like you see a demon-like thing, shoot it. Everything can be solved with a gun.
Yeah, but the thing with horror games is you got to have like limited ammunition. It's like, well, if you don't have like any kind of weapons, you feel like harmless, and you just like can't really do much. And then if you do have like a lot of weapons, you're too overpowered and you're scared of nothing. But you have like limited weapons, you got to be smart in order to survive.
Yeah.
That was the problem with I was talking Chris before you came with the Resident Evil games 4 and up. All of them eventually get to the point where you get so overpowered that the horror is gone.
Yeah.
But then again, if they take away too much power, it's too frustrating to play.
Last of Us is the perfect example of that. You get enough, but not too much.
Last of Us was not scary. I didn't.
So I didn't finish Last of Us. But
Wear stereo headphones or 5.1 surround sound headphones changes every fucking thing.
That's because it's screaming in your ear.
No, it's the shit comes up from fucking behind you. I swear to God, it's the weirdest sensation. The clickers are fucking creepy.
Yeah, they're creepy. But
I saw the cosplay of the creepy that terrified the hell out of me. I was like, why would you do that to yourself?
I hate the fact that they're one shot, one kill the clickers. I dislike that immensely.
Not
I
the
don't
huge
like it.
armored ones.
No.
Oh, those armored ones frustrating. They're not scary.
Now, the ants that they're based off, that's what's fucking scary.
No shit.
Yeah, that's scary.
That's scary.
Or the
Tell you what's
fungus?
scary is a fungus, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a parasite. I hear two different things. I hear
No,
one
it's a
people describe it
fungus.
as-
It's a
It's a
fungus.
fungus.
It's a parasite in bees.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's also ants.
And it does spiders too, because I saw a disturbing video where they did a spider. I was like, great. Now I'm even more terrified of
But
spiders.
they're different strains. Like maybe some can only do ants, others can only do wasps and bees.
Well, yeah, they're all incredibly specialized.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's one that can affect humans, but from the documentary I was watching, it kills him. Like your human brain basically commits suicide in a sense. Like it would rather die than be taken control of. Oh, well, at least that's how the
And then it reanimates
Good.
in a coffin.
Good.
that's how the guy
tell you what-
explained it.
I'll tell you what is scary, and we're going back to Fallout 3. In the one of the DLC, when you go on that boat and you go to the
Point lookout.
you go to Point Lookout. It's like, oh my god, these horrible hillbilly looking motherfuckers going, hey, God, I'm gonna shoot you! Like, oh my god, these horrible radiated inbred things.
Well,
Have you
Chris,
played
that
it
was
recently?
in Tennessee.
That was an awkwardly accurate Andrew Wilson impression.
really
Oh my
was.
God.
Slap
hate-
him, Andrew.
Sorry, Andrew.
Sound like me.
I agree with Jonathan.
That's a Tennessee thing.
What state was it even set
no, I
in Point
read
Lookout?
it.
Wasn't it Maryland?
They're not like.
Yeah, I think it was. Man, I don't know. Did they ever say?
Like Liver
Yeah, it did. I've got it somewhere. But I'm not
I
gonna
played
get-
Point Lookout recently.
Yeah.
Have you played it recently, Chris?
No, I've not played it recently.
Don't. It doesn't hold up that well, but it's
Doesn't
a
hold
fun
up.
game. No, it's not as terrifying once you play.
I love how David keeps doing that. Like, hey, have you played this game?
Doesn't
No.
hold
Yeah,
up.
don't do it. Don't do
It
it.
doesn't hold
like,
up, man.
Save yourself.
Save it.
No, because I experienced that disappointment of like playing something, being super excited, and then just being crushed horribly. So I just like to tell people in advance, like,
You need to stop. You need to stop playing terrible games, man.
no, it's just I'm curious sometimes.
I get it.
You know, curiosity killed the cat,
Yeah.
Permanently.
and then it came back as a zombie. Then killed it
The
again.
very next day.
Yeah, zombie cat.
Dark Souls considered a horrifying game, a horror game, because it's so horrifying to play. It's like, "Argh, getting killed. Argh."
What was that game?
I just want to
that-
point out I haven't played any of these games you guys have talked about so far.
I got
I've
like
been on-
3 of them.
I've been on mute the whole time.
Yeah,
Keep
I
it
don't know.
that
You
way.
ever played like anyone here play like Dark Souls?
I've got it. I can't get past the Taurus. No, I got past the Taurus demon. I got past the statues.
I thought you were gonna say I couldn't get past the tutorial.
That's after the tutorial.
It's that hard.
Hardest tutorial in history.
It is actually.
The game is actually just one giant tutorial.
Yeah, the
You want
last
to know
3
what's a
minutes.
truly horrifying game?
Go on.
Truly horrifying.
Go on.
Aquaman, Quest for Atlantis. That game will terrify the United.
Yes. Yes.
I got that
Oh,
game
man.
as a gift for my GameCube. I was like, I want to throw this at you, but I won't. But that game is horrid.
Wow.
Wait. What's worse? That or the Superman game?
64. Oh.
See, I never played that.
You know, I bet if you
Yeah.
get that the Aquaman game and E.T., I bet you could open like the 7 seals of hell or whatever.
That and Sonic 2006. Mix that in there.
Wait. Don't forget Aliens Colonial Marines has to be in
Ooh,
there.
God.
Yeah.
Duke Nukem Forever.
Yeah.
Never ever. Duke Nukem, never ever.
Yeah.
Duke Nukem.
Duke
Go ahead.
Nukem should have stayed out or something. I can't think of another one. Go on,
It's like
guys.
that guy that tried to sue for his pre-order for Duke Nukem 3D from 1995 because GameStop wouldn't reimburse him his $5.
GameStop was
remember,
around in
The
1995.
reason why it took so long to come out was the Half-Life games. Like when they were gonna release Duke Nukem Forever, Half-Life 1 came out.
So Duke
Delayed it.
Nukem 3D is Half-Life 3? No!
And then Half-Life 2 came out, and then we can't release it. And then there was another game they couldn't release it. Like every time they're gonna play it, this game made it obsolete for some reason when it didn't.
Yeah, because at some point they were just changing engines just because they wanted to make the greatest game ever
It
and
was
live up to
they didn't.
obviously
expectations.
not made by EA. They would have just dumped it out.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Gearbox eventually did. I mean, when Gearbox said that, we worked on the game, it's like, no, they pretty much polished what was left of the game and made it as coherent as they possibly could and glued it together. Because even after the game had officially been canceled in development, the team behind the game had spent so many years working on it that they were working on the game from home. So Gearbox just said, okay, we'll just finish what you guys got and then we'll release it. And that's
Now, if
exactly
only
what
they
did.
could have glued the case shut.
With super glue. And then stumped on it.
With Duke Nukem going, you ain't opening this one, maggot.
There's a point in the game where Duke Nukem can grab a piece of can grab a turd and say, "Why am I holding this?" I was like, "This is basically what I'm feeling. This is a true metaphor for this game."
I remember it coming out, and I was like, should I play it to this guy? He's like, no, don't play it. It's horrible. I'm like, okay.
You should thank that guy. I mean,
I did.
He's like, we're worried, traveler.
I
It's like he
rented
went,
it
there's
from
something in
GameFly.
the mist.
There's something in the mist. I don't know.
Choose, but choose wisely.
There's something on the...
I chose Uka forever.
You chose poorly.
Like I rented it from GameFly and said, "This wasn't even worth a rental."
It's some old bullshit.
Hey, I thought we'd agreed not to do spell references.
I did that on
I
purpose.
can edit it.
Well, some old bullshit's not a spill thing. It's just some old bullshit.
All right, yeah, nobody owns bullshit, so...
Yeah.
Well, I have some of that old bullshit about 2.5 feet away from me because it's not even worth the effort to sell. It's worth like $3. It can
I
sit
know,
there
I-
for $3.
Depression
I have
Quest.
Star
Depression
Wars
Quest.
Force Unleashed. Is that worth anything?
Depression Quest is a horrifying game.
What's Depression Quest?
Zoe Quinn's game.
Papers,
Oh.
Please is a fucking depressing game.
Papers, Please.
That is depressing.
Yeah, it's depressing.
Yeah, paper. Yeah, that's
You
Never
know-
heard of it.
Do you know, I think Rage Select wanted that to be one of their playthroughs. Because it was on Patreon. They're like, hey, here's our new playthrough. Or they could have been
Yeah.
joking. Papers, Please.
yeah. They actually did a thing.
Well, it was a
Dojo
Patreon
episode.
thing.
They did that
Has
Dojo
anyone-
episode. No, it wasn't Dojo. It was
It was Dojo, and then they did the Patreon one.
Yeah.
Say, this is our
Yeah.
new playthrough, but I think they were taking the piss.
Has
Some of
anyone
them were
played?
editing.
What about Castlevania?
Castlevania's kind of horror. Yeah,
Sort
it
of.
is horror.
Yeah, it's based on...
The
a
older ones are
I know,
definitely
that's
more
all.
horror.
Well, if you play Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2, that's a horror game. horrible. It's horrible. See what I did
But
there? I'm clever.
Symphony of the
Clever.
Night is a classic.
Bloodwing was technically horror, but again, it's one of those horror games that's terrible.
I think you meant Metroidvania.
But
No,
Yeah.
Metroidvania is a style.
Symphony
That's a
of the Night.
style. Robert, Metroidvania is the style of game.
I know. I was being punny.
has anyone seen Fatal Frame?
Yeah,
I mean,
I've
played
never
Fatal Frame?
played it.
Yeah,
That's
I've seen like some of Fatal Frames. I mean, I even seen like this whole tie game that's like Fatal Frame.
So I saw a friend of mine play through it when I was a little kid. Well, not a friend, it was my brother's friend. But I saw him play as a little kid, and it scared the hell out of me because it was just, you couldn't see nothing until you looked through the camera. And I remember jumping several times and having nightmares, and my mom getting mad at me for watching the game. That was one of those games that stuck with me as a kid as well.
Yeah, I remember. Oh God, what do I remember now? Lost it. Lost the memory. Lost it. It's gone. It's skedaddled.
Is there
Anyway,
any good horror
because I got
comics?
Horror comics. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. Do they still make those?
I don't
Yeah,
think so.
there's 30 Days of Night. I would say the Walking Dead comic is a horror comic.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What else is out there?
Strain.
Yeah,
The Strain's a comic?
yeah, that was a strange thing. It was going to be a TV show,
Actually,
but then it went to becoming a
I have
book.
something to put in. I have something to put in that can be considered sci-fi horror before Alien. Doctor Who. Doctor Who has loads of horror elements into it.
Well, yeah, the Weeping Angels could be their own.
No,
horror.
going further back than that, like the Daleks are horrifying.
Oh,
they've had-
please! I'm not scared.
Cybermen,
Like-
what they do to themselves, like this all different sorts of creatures that they've done. Because that whole thing was you can't have little green men. You've got to think outside the box, and they ended up creating sci-fi horror before Alien did. I think they did, personally.
Joe, what were you saying?
I don't find Daleks that.
Doctor Who was the first sci-fi horror thing, unless you count Quatermass. Which was in
Dude,
the 50s.
no. Come on.
I think it's sci-fi
Fucking
horror.
Forbidden Planet was sci-fi horror. The invisible enemy that was stalking you down based on some
yeah.
dude's subconscious. That's 1953, man.
Okay, you're both wrong. That Scooby-Doo episode where they thought there was aliens, that was sci-fi horror.
Dude.
There's actually there's a
Scooby Doo on Zombie Island.
Yeah,
Drop
there,
the mic.
Oh, that-
there
oh,
we go.
yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, you
That was
better
good.
drop the fucking mic. I don't want to hear nothing after
If there
that.
would have
Actually,
been
there
any
is-
movie based on
there's a-
Scooby Doo, it should have been fucking that.
there's
What?
there's a Doctor Who episode actually, and it's just Doctor and his companions, the original one with William Hartnell, and it's literally them, and they think something's going wrong. What's happened was that they kind of caught some space fever, so they were imagining things were there. They thought people were trying to kill them or one up them or betray them in some kind of way, and then in the end, it's like, oh shit, we didn't do anything. There's nothing wrong. Like it's kind of horrifying because it's not
plot
a
that will be
monster.
repeated into history.
That was a sci-fi horror thing because it's psychological.
You know they're making a movie out of Archer and the Zombies or versus Zombies.
What?
They're also doing it like the Archie
mean-
comics. They have a
Oh,
clause where he's with
Archie.
zombies.
I
They're
thought
doing a
that's-
movie out of it,
that-
and they're doing a
I thought you said-
TV show too.
That's
I thought
actually
you said
lit.
Archer.
Did like Jughead eat a tainted hamburger, get zombified?
No. What happens was because I was reading the comics. It's actually a really good comic right now.
I
It's
thought you
what-
said Archer. I thought you said Archer. Like
That-
phrasing, zombies,
Archie.
phrasing.
No, but what happens is, was the Jughead's his dog gets hit by a car, and he goes to Sabrina and asks her to resurrect him. And when she does, he becomes a zombie and bites Jughead. And then Jughead goes to the school dance, and he just starts killing. It just starts biting people. It's actually a very good comic, and I really recommend it.
Yeah, they're supposed to be making a movie out of it,
Which
as well as the TV show, which is they're saying it's drama, but they also say in the plot description it will deal with some of the supernatural and surreal things that happen in this town.
yeah,
Like
because
Josie and the Pussycats.
That was a horrifying movie.
Hey man, they had a thing in it. Rosario Dawson, so
Oh yes.
yeah, there we
What
go.
happened to
They
her,
also
man?
had the name White Ass Wally.
White ass Wally.
I'm just waiting for the Jabberjaw remake.
Yeah.
There was a Jabberjaw
No.
movie.
No, there was a Jabberjaw TV show.
Yeah, I'm waiting on the remake. Hollywood's going to get to it
No,
eventually.
no, because fuck that show. I hated that show.
Wouldn't it be funny if Jaws was Jabberjaw the whole time? Like Jabberjaw just lost his shit and just started eating people.
Put that on like Robot Chicken.
Instead of the Jaws theme, it'd be like nyak nyak.
Wait, imagine if it was a Nazi saying knee.
I hated Jabberjaw. I hated that show.
Imagine if it
I
was
only
the
saw it
Nazi-
on Boomerang.
Yeah, fuck it.
Imagine the Nazis say knee in a horror film, and it's just them as zombies going knee, knee, knee,
Nay.
knee.
Nay.
We want shrubberies.
Yeah.
Not a strawberry here.
I even hate this concept.
Yeah.
2x4.
Back to Scooby-Doo and Zombie Island. That was as far as zombie movies, I know it doesn't count, but that's an effective
Yeah.
zombie movie.
No,
'Cause
I count that as a
No,
zombie
that's a
movie.
very
I count-
because you know why? The zombies are never a threat. They're the victims. That's
Yeah. Yeah,
True.
When you first see them, it's
There's actually a zombie film based in Manchester from the 70s. It's called The Living Dead in Manchester Morgue. And it's set in the 70s. You can see how much of a shithole it used to look.
Yeah, even the zombies are like, someone needs to clean up.
Yeah, there's actually a scene at the end where the guys. Oh, maybe that's a spoiler. I think that's a spoiler. But then,
Hey, you
then
fucking
again,
spoiling son of a
no,
bitch.
but then again, it was in it. I'd seen it after a documentary, and they'd shown that scene anyway. So I guess it's not quite a spoiler.
Well, not everyone's seen that documentary.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we move on to funny Halloween stories? I think we've waxed
Okay.
lyrical. All
Sure.
right. So, Andrew, do you want to give us your funny Halloween stories?
Oh, okay. Let's see. Fun story that took place during Halloween. Okay. I can probably think of a few. Oh. Well, it's kind of weird. There was this one time I went to my friend's. Well, it was a friend of my brother's house. We always had these huge Halloween parties, and I was dressed up as the Grim Reaper. And weird enough, I was walking into the room, and I don't know what was going on. The light were dim, and there was a bunch of guys and gals just rubbing each other, doing a cuddle orgy. And I was just standing there as a Grim Reaper for a little while, and then they said, "Hey, get out!"
So it was Dryhumpapalooza.
Pretty much.
There we go.
That's the name of the episode right there.
Dryhumpapalooza. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
Just-
if it was Eyes Wide
Does your
Shut
brother live in
or
Texas?
just- What?
Does your brother live in Texas or elsewhere?
Yeah, this is when we were living in Texas.
Yeah.
Because he went to St. Andrews, which is in Austin, Texas.
Ah, yeah. So
Yeah.
anyone else? I've got nothing. Anyone else got? Any
I've
fun
got
stuff?
one.
Go on,
Oh,
Jonathan.
Okay. So this was Halloween, I think maybe 2006, probably. I dressed up as a scarecrow, just a regular scarecrow, and just found some loose fitting clothes and made myself a mask out of a burlap sack. And what I did was I would periodically replace myself in different spots outside of the house. For most of the bit, I would just sit in a chair outside with a sign saying "Please take one," while I'm all limp, holding the bowl of candy. And whenever kids would try to get the bowl, I would grab their hand and I say, "Just get one." And most of the time, they would give them a fright and they would laugh. But I did it to this one child. And she just ran off screaming. She was so scared she ran past her parents and just ran off all the way down the street.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Then just to reassure her, I got up from the chair and went after her to reassure her everything was fine. But I still had the mask on, so it looked like a scarecrow was just chasing her.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So
But then, yeah, I would just do that all around the house that night. I would position myself as if I was just nailed
I
to
can
the
imagine
tree.
you going.
Stuck to the tree, and if any kids walked by, I would just slightly touch them and if they would look around, and then as they kept going, I'd be walking behind them.
I can imagine you chasing that girl going, Dorothy, Dorothy, I want your brains.
The day a monster was born.
I could while away the hours.
It's like, and now the new lead singer for Death Clock, Scare.
Oh.
If I only had a brain. If I only had a brain.
What's your brain?
Oh God! Anyone got any more stories? Oh God!
Mine's not as, I guess, comedic, but I do have a Halloween story.
Go on.
My church used to do this thing called Zombie Prom, where every year for Halloween, everyone would dress up like zombies and stuff like that. So for my first year, I decided, well, it's called Zombie Prom, so I got to take it all the way. So I took one of my dads.
Make room for Zombie Jesus.
No, funny enough.
You mean regular Jesus? Because Jesus, by just being, is a zombie. He rose from the dead.
But then went to hell.
Sin. You
He
must
died,
repent for
went to
your
hell,
sin.
Saved some people. Went to heaven. But anyway, yeah. So I figured I'm gonna go all the way. I took my dad's old work shirt, took one of his ties, cut the shirt up, cut the tie up, so it looks like I went through a lot. Put some fake blood on it. Burned like part of the collar and everything, so it looked like I got burned. Burned the leg of the pants I was wearing, so everything was burnt. Got some really disturbing makeup, and I get to the prom, and everyone they were trying to be zombies. They dressed up like zombies, but they kind of looked too nice. They didn't look like they were horrifying. Mine was the only one where I got makeup. I took the little makeup and make it look like my skin was peeling off and everything like that. And one of the final things we had to do, because it was a contest to see who was the better zombie, and we all had to do our best zombie. I decided that, I'm going to just go all the way. I'm the most zombie-like out of everyone here, and to the point where I was scaring the little kids that were there. So I was like, I'm going to go in and go, rah, 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 and started moaning and screaming and pushed chairs over like I was this uncontrollable force of nature, bumped into some people, almost bit one of my friends, went all the way.
David Turner's a method actor. How dare you, Jonathan?
I actually am. More method than Shia LaBeouf, though. I cut my face up.
Yeah, suck it, Shia.
Shia actually traveled back to World War II to do that film.
He met Hitler and jotted down notes.
And he actually went back in time, went forward in time and exists where robots were to do Transformers.
Actually, if Shia went too far back, he was Hitler.
So Shia LaBeouf is a Time Lord?
No, he's just a time traveler.
He's a time dick.
You know what would piss Chris off? If for the next season of Doctor Who, they got Shia LaBeouf as the Doctor.
I would shoot him. I would go down to BBC Wales and shoot him.
Well, at least it could
What, you
work.
couldn't get a ginger, but you get Shia LaBeouf?
Do we have a ginger doctor?
No, they've been complaining about it for years. There's
It's an in-joke. It's an in-joke. They'll never make him ginger.
They'll make him female first.
They make him female before they make him
Holy
black.
shit, they'll recast
They shouldn't make him female, though, because then it messes up the dynamic they've had for 40
Yeah,
50
well,
years.
what about a black doctor? Can we have a black
That can
doctor?
happen, yeah. I'd rather
Can we
that
have
happen.
anything?
Can we have Idris Elba as the Doctor?
Can we have a
I
black
don't think he'd
ginger?
do it. He's too big. He's too big nowadays.
I think he would.
There
Doctor
are
Who's
no
big
black
enough.
gingers.
I want Chiwetel.
Actually, I know
Ejiofor.
one, believe it or not.
Oh,
Chiwetel-
really?
Yeah, he's half black and his mom is ginger, so he has the brownish hair and his hair has a brownish tint and he has freckles. He used to go to my school.
There was a Manchester United.
He weirded me out the first time I saw him.
There was a Manchester United player who was mixed race and he was part black, and I assume one of his parents was ginger because he had sort of blondie, browny, ginger hair, but he didn't look like your friend. It looked kind of normal, but it was weird. He's a ginger black guy.
Okay, let's put it this way. Is it as weird or weirder than seeing an albino black person for the first time?
No, he's just mixed race.
Not as weird as that, but seeing an albino black person for the first time on TV was weird.
Oh,
That
I
was
went to.
weird.
I had one in my
Comedy
class
Central?
when I was in high school.
To be fair, it could be albino any race, really.
It
Yeah,
was weird.
it's just
And
a,
actually, they're even weirder when they're white people. Because like, how can you be even whiter?
I know.
when it's on black people, it's kind of weird because you assume it's makeup initially at first because it's like all the black features just pale white. So you're like,
And then they have like that practically silver blonde hair.
yeah, it's like it's kind of you're only a few steps away from what Michael Jackson wanted to be. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's like,
And what he became, he didn't want to be. He had that horrible skin condition, which the autopsy confirmed he had it. He did.
Yeah, but he apparently took it too
Burn.
far. Like there was a point in the bleaching process where he could stop, but he became so obsessed with his appearance he kept bleaching.
He used to cover
Yeah,
it up
he
with
should have
makeup,
stopped
though.
at the nose. He should have never fixed his nose.
Well, he
can
couldn't
see-
even do his nose anymore after a point because he had
No, I
lost
mean,
so much
he should have
cartilage.
never
in it.
done the nose in the first place.
He looked
Yeah.
okay in the way you make me feel video.
To be fair, I could see him bleaching it because his skin was slowly turning that way anyway. But like, he used
Well,
to
you have
cover
to
it up.
bleach it to cure it, but he overdid it. There was a point
Yeah.
where a family friend, his doctor, told him to stop, but he kept
Oh.
doing it anyway because he was so self-conscious about his appearance. I mean, he got a nose job before Thriller. His nose is different from his
Yeah.
first album to Thriller, but that was something he's always self-conscious about his appearance because his dad used to make fun of him about his appearance, about him having a big nose and being ugly.
Yeah, can you imagine if he had just like gotten his spray tans instead?
how would he tan?
I would have a 10.
I mean, if you got a
How would a black man tan?
I don't say tan. Don't be ignorant.
well, they do spray
ignorant.
tans on Dancing with the Stars. Like if you're black or white, they'll spray tan you. With black people, they do the skin complexion, but they'll spray tan you to make it look like you have abs. Like they showed the behind the scenes. They do that on Dancing with the Stars.
I know they did it with
I-
Carlton.
So spray tan abs, huh?
Yeah.
Why would they do that? I mean, it doesn't do anything.
Well,
Because
like,
it's
Does for the
television.
camera.
yeah, it looks good on
Oh.
camera. Like on camera, you can't tell, but in person,
Oh,
it's
right.
no, like if you see them in the interviews after, you can tell.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like fuck Dancing with the Stars. I mean,
Or Strictly Come Dancing as it is over here.
Well, my
Really?
grandmother loves it.
That's what it's called.
My mom loves it.
yeah, it's just for old housewives and.
I just watched the scene where Carlton does the Carlton, and that's all I needed to see.
That
Yes!
was enough for me.
Didn't
that
Heather
happen?
Mills didn't Heather
Fun
Mills
fact.
do it?
That was a thing.
Yeah, she did. She was on the second or third season.
How did she
Wow.
dance? She doesn't
She
even
had a prosthetic leg that's designed for dancing. Apparently.
Oh right.
Wait,
Yeah.
Carlton danced the Carlton on Dancing with the Stars?
yeah.
Oh yeah,
He's on to this season. He's the favorite to win.
Oh shit! I gotta see this.
How good is he? Is
It's
he
on
actually good at
YouTube, man.
dancing?
Look it up.
Yeah.
I will.
no, I'll link you, Robert.
Do you know what's weird, right? They get every time in Strictly Come Dancing over here, they always get black sports stars and they can't dance for shit. They just
They
can't.
do that here too.
Yeah, it totally smashes the myth that black people can dance naturally. Those guys will look so awkward because they're so tall most of the time. Like the footballers, like they used to be defenders or something. And it's so funny. Like they're so stiff. They can't relax. They can't do anything.
Yeah,
There's
it's like
only one season over here,
Sportsman,
one
he
of the
could do
early
it,
seasons.
There was one sportsman. Well, he's kind of mixed race, sort of. I think he could do it. He was the black sports star who could dance. I don't know if he won it though. I just lost interest.
A fun fact about Carlton.
Go on.
My middle name is Carlton, and my dad when my mom was in labor, my dad was watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Aubrey. That's true story, not joking. And gave me the middle name Carlton after seeing Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh,
Now
well,
this
I've got
is a story all about how my life got twisted upside down. My dad was in the sitting room watching TV. That's how I ended up with this name. Fuck me.
Very
Let me
nice.
tell
Good
you
one.
a story.
Good one.
Well,
Good
my
one.
oldest daughter my second oldest daughter was born with the Doctor Who Leog episode playing because I didn't have time to get over to the other side of the room and hit pause.
I was apparently an accident. That's what my mum told me.
Technically, I was. My
Really?
parents spent Valentine's Day together because it was the Valentine's Day after my dad retired, and then I want to say my brother said a
Retired
week
from-
later, my
Retired from what?
mom was pregnant. My dad was in the military for 20 years.
Oh right. How old was he when he retired?
I don't know. I wasn't born. Well, I was.
I-
Yeah.
He was 85.
My dad's in his 50s, 57. So
All
about
right, so
20.
similar age to my dad. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll
Got
move
that.
on to another Halloween crazy story. Go. All right, who else has got one?
Robert?
Before we segue, Robert's got one.
I'm saving
else?
mine to go along with the news story.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
fine.
say-
I have another one.
Go on.
All right. Okay. Let's see. This was, I think, a couple years before the Scarecrow one. I went shopping. I found apparently a licensed Joker costume for Batman the Animated Series.
Nice.
Like it was the one like from the like first like 2 seasons. So like
Oh, yeah,
the
where you
purple
used to
suit,
have-
yellow
Yeah,
vest,
proper eyes.
and
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
So I basically so I even tried to style my hair like that. I had to like do the little curl upwards and shit. And like every time any kid dressed up like Batman came over, I would immediately go, "Batman, you found me again." And I would get into a mock fight with them. And like the first like punch they threw, I would fall to the ground defeated. And then I would give them the candy bowl.
Yeah, that's sweet. Gotta
And then I
make
would
something
follow
for
them home
you
and
terrorizing that young girl.
So no twist, like terrorizing the young
No, I
girl.
would follow them home and then murder them.
Ultron needs to feed.
Listen, I'm very well known for terrorizing young girls. Okay.
So
Right,
wait,
Robert.
I once made a 6-year-old piss his pants on by over scaring him on accident. I
Go
was
on.
laying in a pile of leaves, but I wasn't laying. I was like crouched down, and this fucking like 5 people came walking by, going up to get the candy on the bowl on the porch. There was nobody outside, not really any decorations. I'm just in this huge stack of leaves, and I jump out and go, ah! And this one little Spider-Man pissed his pants.
Aw.
So I gave
it would have been better if you were the Man Thing, because then you could have touched him and then set him
got-
on fire.
he got the whole bowl. He got
Could've
a whole.
been-
You could have
Would've been funny if
touched him
Robert-
and set him on fire because you were Man Thing.
Yeah. But what if Robert was Man Bear Pig?
Yeah,
Man, perfect.
much closer to one than the other.
So you're gonna tell us that story? We're about to segue into the news.
Okay, well then I guess I'll go ahead and lead in with the story first. The news
Go,
story,
okay.
that is.
Set the mood.
Yes.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay. At a massacre haunted house in Montgomery, Illinois, a man by the name of Robert Kelling of Algonquin, Illinois, was charged.
Kelly.
No, Keller, sorry.
Oh.
Damn, I'm not reading this. He was
No, you were
charged.
reading just the wrong fucking thing.
Yes. Was charged with battery and disorderly conduct and accused of using an electric neck massager on a 14-year-old girl in an inappropriate way as she waited in line with her friends and her fucking father to go inside a haunted house.
What?
This dude rubbed a neck massager inappropriately on a 14-year-old girl in line.
Look, there's no way to
Dressed
use
as
a
a
neck.
scary clown.
There's no way to use a neck massager appropriately on anybody.
Well,
Oh, come on. Are we not going to say dildo?
I don't think it says neck massager, so I don't know.
It's a vibrator.
Yeah, of some sort.
I
No,
don't know.
not of some sort. It's a vibrator.
All he did was want to massage her neck. What's wrong with that?
This is
So,
a
You're
device.
standing in line waiting to go into this haunted house, and here comes this clown with a dildo and rubs it on your 14-year-old. That motherfucker, I would have been getting arrested alongside of the fucking clown.
You know what? You should have just kicked that clown's ass and took that little neck massager and shoved it right up.
That's kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
So
Clowns.
does the story go anywhere, or is it just him just doing that on the?
Well, he was he $1,500 bond due back in court November 5th.
In the guy's defense, did he scare her?
I would bet.
Hey,
Actually,
child.
she was
Where he did
she,
his job.
she was following the clown around because she was super into it, and he had to put out a restraining order.
But I have an interesting Halloween story that ties into this. Why the fuck you do not touch people in scary places? My cousin and I worked at a haunted hayride just outside of Auburn, New York. And one year, the hayride went around on this trail through a cornfield, and there was this huge fucking oak tree. And my cousin decided to hang off of one of the limbs on the oak tree until the wagon came under, then he was going to drop down, scare the shit out of everybody. Well, he kind of misstepped when he landed, and he was a little bit higher than he probably thought he was, and he stumbled over and grabs this one girl right by the frickin' shoulder. Now, in his defense, he made her piss herself.
In her defense, she was piss scared.
Oh, in her defense, within about a second and a half, she had a taser to the side of his head.
Oh,
it was like she was sitting there holding it.
Oh, so this is another story about somebody using an electrical massager on somebody.
There's a reason you don't touch people.
Oh, God. Anyway, it's time for the crazy Halloween news, and we're going to set it off with an Ebola-themed Halloween. Texas man decorates for disease. Was that you, Andrew?
What? Wait. I don't make human furniture. What are you talking about?
Andrew, just how many babies did you have to go through to hang?
I don't know, 4 to 5. I mean, no, I would never hang dead babies in my room.
These were the babies that were already all out of stem cells.
Oh.
Stem cell baby.
Yeah, by the way, I still got some stem cells left. Anybody want to snort it? Smoke it?
Anyway.
After the show.
Hey, all right.
Anyway, some say, this is from Fox News. Some say a Halloween-loving homeowner in Texas may have gone too far. James Falk decorated his house like a decontamination unit. Falk says he loves Halloween. I figured Ebola was the scariest thing right now. So he spent $150 at a hospital auction. He then spent 5 hours decorating his townhouse to make it look like it was decontaminated. He said it was all good fun, and people's skins are too thin these days. He wants to lighten it up. Falk said police were called to the house. The police were called to the house the fight night the display went up. So he added a Happy Halloween banner to prove the display is not real. He says the display will stay up through Halloween. What? You should see the picture of it. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like do a haunted Ebola theme house. That's way too soon. I mean,
yeah. That's too soon.
Plus, he's using medical surplus, so it looks like it could really be the real thing.
I know. Yeah.
Fuck you.
I like
some
that's
asshole
a
just
trick.
set up
It's
a
actually
tent.
Ebola.
Some asshole just started selling tickets.
I like how he has no foresight into thinking people are that stupid.
My thing is with this is that it's just Ebola. Like, it's not Ebola is one of those things where, like, I understand people are scared of catching it because it is a very contagious disease, but it's not as frightening as like it doesn't have like the potential to be like zombie or something horrifying.
It's not
It's
that
not like
contagious.
it's a serial killer that just like was caught like last year, and then you had a haunted house like based on the serial killer. It's not. It's just something that exists. It's not like a person or even an event. It's just a thing.
Oh.
It's not as bad as like the people who dressed up as that Aurora movie theater shooting guy. They had a costume out of that. That a mask that you can buy out of that.
What the hell was that about?
Which, by the way, is still selling. Like,
Really?
Yeah, apparently it's still doing very well wise. But it's not as bad as that. Like if he had like a whole like a movie theater setting and then like maybe had like a dummy of that guy, that I would understand kind of being offensive. But the Ebola thing, I don't really find like offensive, just stupid because it's not scary.
Now, what he should have done is had like Ebola monsters.
What would an Ebola monster look like?
Probably Dead Space.
Dead Space.
He should have just hung out giant balloon
Sticks out of
animals
nowhere,
shaped like the
face in
Ebola
a booth.
virus.
Sex chuds. They look like sex chuds.
Yeah, I don't know. You read that internet article about saying like the Ebola causing zombieism?
That was a satire.
Yeah.
Did we
It
talk
was
about
fake.
that already?
Yeah, we talked
You have
about
not
that.
been listening to the show, sir.
No, you have
We're
not.
doing a show.
Yes.
I
Anyway,
thought I was hanging out with friends.
anyway, we must continue. And family's Halloween display sparks controversy in New Jersey community. Hey, New Jersey. And
Yeah.
it's Belmar. Halloween is right round the corner, and many take the time to decorate for the occasion. However, in one New Jersey community, some neighbours think one family's design is just more than just spooky. Residents describe it more as creepy. Well, that's kind of the same. Screepy. I like to. I like to see. Reggie?
Like Scoob, this is some scary shit.
My glasses. My glasses.
Shut up, Velma.
Yeah, okay, we'll split up. Me and Daphne will just go over the corner here and fuck.
That's because you fuckers never passed the blunt.
Although at one point there's a series where it's just Daphne, Shaggy, Scooby, and Scrappy. So I guess at one point Daphne has a relationship with Shaggy.
We don't talk about the days of Scrappy.
Oh yeah, we don't. I don't remember his
Wait,
name.
what about Scooby Doo the 13th Ghost?
How about a pup named Scooby Doo was better?
Yeah, it
Pup
was.
named Scooby Doo. You know what? It was better just purely on red herring alone.
Yeah.
I actually watched that show a lot.
That was a good
I didn't
show.
like it.
I enjoyed it.
It was a good show.
Anyway,
I liked it
to carry on with the article, I like to see witches. You know, goblins and ghosts, not hanging babies, said neighbour Tony Flaherty. The dangling dolls with ropes around their necks and blood-like marks on their bodies are part of an elaborate Halloween display on Thomas Street in Belmar, New Jersey. It's spelt like RAW, you know, R-A-W-R, or more, M-A-O-R. That's weird spelling. Residents do not have any bones about the No bones about the ghosts and ghouls, but the dolls are a different story. That's a terrible pun, Fox. It seems a number of neighbours are unhappy about what they consider hanging horror. It's not scar, it's gross. It's disgusting. It's horrible, she said. Don't tell that to the Kruger kids. Yes, that is their name, Kruger. So it's no surprise Halloween is the family's favourite holiday. They spent the entire day putting together the creepy creation, and they're proud of it. It's hilarious and funny and scary all in one, said 10-year-old Lily Kruger. Her brother agrees. He just loves Halloween because it's so much fun to get scared and let yourself go. Lily and Greg do not understand why some people find the baby so disturbing. I think I just want to have fun on Halloween. It's a cool decoration. Maybe they don't think it is, but I do, said Greg. Their dad says it's all just harmless Halloween fun. This is what scary is today. I don't think people realise that. This is what the kids are into. The Conjuring, Annabelle, said Chris Kruger. Some neighbours think it's disturbing and should be taken down. The Krugers say they're not scared by the little controversy and the babies are staying. Well, I guess that's kind of funny. They're called Kruger and their Halloween decorations are a bunch of babies held up by rope on their necks.
It's 3 babies.
It's 3 babies, yeah.
So 3 babies on a tree.
I think it's a tree. Is it a tree?
Yeah, Jordan said maybe.
Okay, so maybe on a tree.
Why is it? What?
Now, if they were black babies, that would be an entirely different story.
Yeah, they're white. They're white.
I knew.
And
it was
they're
coming.
not even babies, they're fucking dolls.
What? Balls?
Dolls, baby dolls.
So just bunch of baby dolls hung on a tree.
Yeah, but there's
No,
nothing
it's
else
actually
there.
like a metal, like a piece of pipe with 290 degrees kind of in the ground.
Oh yeah, it's like, hey, I'm Crazy Eddie. I put babies on spikes.
Yeah, but there's nothing else there. It's just the babies. I don't know why people are getting a hoo-ha over it. But it is funny that they're called Kruger.
Because it's suburbia.
It's suburbia.
You know those, pro-lifers, saying that
Yeah.
shouldn't kill babies.
Yeah,
Well,
I made the joke that house was pro-choice.
Well, you guys kill babies. You take stem cells to get high.
Yeah, but don't
That's
tell.
Those babies are already dead.
That's not.
But they're
killing
not
babies,
real.
that's repurposing them.
Yeah, are the babies like dressed up, or they just like baby dolls that they have hanging?
They're just baby dolls, like those
Well, I mean, I
ones-
could see like if you're a parent, how that could be disturbing. I guess like people who like have newborn babies or anything like that, how that can be disturbing. Because
They're not really
being around
naked.
friends that have like kids, they've become weird about stuff involving kids. That they don't like movies where kids get hurt and everything like that because they don't.
Oh, people
What if
need-
it happened to my child?
People need
But-
to get over that, though. Come
Well, if
on.
it happened to your child, you're a shitty parent.
True.
Yeah,
Watching your
but
child.
But yeah, I don't really see why that's. If it's just dolls, it's not that frightening. I guess it's because it's dolls. His name is Cougar, and he
Yeah.
outwardly said, "I don't care what you think." Like people generally let things slide, but the second you say, "I don't care what you think," that's when they tend to get bothered by something the most.
Yeah.
If he would have just said, "Well, I can see how it's offensive, but it's all in good fun," but he said, "I really don't care what they think," that's what bothered them.
Yeah, I don't care. I love it.
I don't care.
I love it.
I'll be honest.
Love it.
I would love to see a cover of Andrew Wilson's "Icona Pop." I don't care, or I
What
love
was
it,
that?
whatever the hell that song's called.
What was that song that Corey got you to sing on Double Toasted?
that would be Ride My Pony by, actually just Pony by the artist Genuine.
Yeah.
Sing it. Sing it.
Oh, wait. I just thought about it. The more he sings of it, the more we might have to pay for it. Just being aware of that.
Oh, come on. They didn't have
Yeah.
to. They.
Damn.
Oh,
Now,
well.
if we sing bird sex, we have to pay for that. Ain't no time for bird sex.
Wait, there's a song called Bird Sex?
Ain't no time for bird sex.
Let's look up the lyrics.
I think we should move on. Anyway, it wouldn't be a games, vines, and videotape podcast without a Huffington Post pun. And this is about 8 weird things you didn't know about Halloween. This weird Halloween trivia isn't bogus.
Ah.
Chris, you have officially lost all host duties and responsibilities.
I didn't write
It
this
will
shit.
now
But
fall
you didn't have to say
on-
the pun.
Yeah, it
Well, I
will
said
now
it's-
fall on Jared. Jared, you are now the host.
All right. Well, welcome to the Games, Vines, and Videotape
Shut up, Jared.
podcast.
Shut up.
All right,
Shut up.
okay.
Shut up. Get out of here. All right.
Alright.
Anyway, Halloween is a time for candy, costumes, and the Charlie Brown cartoon special. But how did it come this way? You may already think that Halloween is a pretty bizarre holiday. What other celebration could inspire such a sexy Olaf costume and spooky drones? That said, sexy snowman can't hold a candle to Halloween's. Oh, what? Another pun. Can't hold a candle.
What?
To Halloween's truly bizarre
Why would a
origin.
snowman and a candle be a pun?
Yeah, I'm confused.
Hey.
Okay, play on words.
No.
I don't
No.
see that either.
I don't see that.
No.
Stupid saying.
Take
Never mind.
take us to where you are.
Chances are you really have no idea just how weird Halloween truly is. And here are 8 facts to fix that. Okay, Huffington Post. We're kind of with you. Number 1. Originally, you had to dance for your treat.
I knew
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, thank God they don't do it nowadays. It would just be girls twerking by the front door.
It's
I
like,
love the gift
Trick-
they've got.
They would get so much more candy, though.
yeah, let's
I
do trick or twerk. It's like,
I love this gift they've got. Pumpkin
They
guy.
Oh,
would.
for fuck's sake.
Anyway, most experts trace trick-or-treating to the European practice of mumming, or geysying, in which costume-wearing participants will go to door performing choreographed dances, songs, and playing exchange of treats, according to Elizabeth Plex, celebrating the family. The
Actually-
tradition...
Actually, me and my friends did something like this. We did like we took a spin of the whole trick or treating thing. Instead, did like a whole like Halloween choir thing, like on Christmas. Only it was like more Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, so we just go around the house singing,
So
"This
that-
is Halloween."
Deck the halls with boughs of bodies, la 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 la, like that.
Yep, pretty much.
And the
Tis the
apparently-
season to be bloody.
Jingle
you
balls, jingle balls, jingle balls away. Okay, never mind.
I don't know how
Anyway.
your Halloween goes, sir.
The tradition cropped up in America, where it would often take place on Thanksgiving. In some early versions of trick-or-treating, men paraded door to door, and boys often followed, begging for coins. Most of these trick-or-treaters were poor and actually needed the money, but wealthy kids also joined in. Door-to-door begging was mostly stopped in the 1930s, but emerged later in the century to distract kids from pulling Halloween pranks. Number 2. Halloween is more Irish than St. Patrick's Day.
I knew that.
Halloween's origins comes from a Celtic festival for the dead called Samhain.
Yeah,
Celt-
that's my boys, my people.
What, you're Irish, Andrew?
You can't tell that Andrew's Irish.
I'm quarter Irish, bitch.
You ain't Irish. I know Irish people. They consider you Americans call yourselves Irish to be just American. You're not Irish. It's true.
Well, it is true. They
Yeah,
are
it is
American.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it kind of jumped the boat.
I'm Irish. No, you're not.
Good one, Andrew. That was good. One.
Anyway,
I'm trying to
Celts-
find an ethnic identity, guys.
so like Celts believed the ghosts of the dead roamed Earth on this holiday. So people would dress in costumes and leave treats out on their front doors to appease these spirits. Granted, the Celts were not solely based in Ireland. In fact, proper Celts are actually, for fun history fact, are actually more French than Irish. Archaeological. Yeah, that Celts were all over France, northern Italy, England, Belgium, parts of Spain, Switzerland especially, and a little bit of
Andrew,
Germany.
you quarter French bastard.
No, they weren't
Fuck
French. That's just where they were.
Out of your general direction.
Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberries. Granted, the Celts were not solely based in Ireland, as I've said. These customs started taking shape around the 1st century BC. But as will be talked about more in the later section, the Irish Celts are the ones who invented the jack-o'-lantern. Okay, I knew that.
Yeah, the whole thing about the jack-o'-lantern is started by this guy named Jack who couldn't get into heaven or hell,
Yeah.
and had to wander the earth at night. In order to see at night, he carved like a turnip with a face and put a candle in it.
A turnip. So Baldric Blackadder is the original jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, later on they decided to just use pumpkins. I mean, it's like,
bigger.
Imagine if we still use turnips instead of gourds nowadays.
Oh, that'd be so funny. Oh, I've got a turnip, Lord Blackadder. Oh, really? What are you going to use it for, Baldric? Halloween.
You sick bastard.
idea.
Well, pumpkins are bigger. You can do more with them.
Yeah, true.
That's what she said.
Hey!
With a pumpkin?
Some girls are very wide, Wobbly.
Yeah, have you never heard the story about Cinderella?
Yeah, but that wasn't about the pumpkin going in her.
all night.
Hey, you don't know the real story.
Anyway, it goes on.
The Disney show was based off a true story.
Anyway, it goes on to say that this Halloween prototype was disrupted and adapted by Christian missionaries into celebrations sort of closer to St. Patrick's Day, in fact. And this guy, Philip Freeman, claims that St. Patrick's Day was basically invented in America by Irish Americans. According to National Geographic, the holiday was a minor religious holiday until the 70s in Ireland. So it's not all that Irish. And in fact, St. Patrick probably wasn't Irish himself. None of the saints were English, Irish, French, whatever. St. George was Turkish.
Every holiday is based on a lie.
Yep. It says his colour was a type of blue, not green.
No.
And that the story about banishing snakes is just a metaphor for his triumph over Irish paganism.
He was just really drunk and just seeing snakes everywhere.
Well, he was a missionary, so chances are he wasn't drunk. He was just seeing a load of pagans getting drunk and thought, "Be gone!"
Hey, you guys, you need to stay.
There you go. Hey, you guys see those snakes over there? What snakes? Right
Y'all
there. Oh, God.
motherfuckers need Jesus.
Yeah, you need to be Jesus. You gotta quit your ass fucking. You gotta quit your drinking. You gotta get down on your knees and pray to the Lord.
He probably
You
threw snakes
motherfuckers
at
need
them.
Jesus. Your motherfuckers need Jesus. That's what he'd be saying.
I'll jump Jesus so down in your throat you'll be shitting out the Lord.
I'm so lost. number are we on?
We're on number 3 now. That was number 2. We're on number
Okay.
3.
Oh my god.
If you've
There's
been
so
around,
much more.
there's 8 of them. If you'd been around for the earliest Halloween celebrations, you might have worn animal skins in heads. According to ancient Roman records,
I still do.
records in ancient Roman records, which you should take with a pinch of salt anyway, but never mind. Tribes located in today's Germany and France traditionally wore costumes of animal heads and skins to connect to spirits of the dead. This tradition continued into modern-day celebrations of Samhain, the Celtic holiday that inspired Halloween. On the day, merrymakers often dressed as evil spirits by blackening their faces. Oh, so this is Morris dancing, is it?
I don't know. It's just like early blackface. It's just
Yeah. But they didn't know they didn't know any black people then anyway, so they were just doing it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway, the leader would then parade.
Ooh, I'm a black guy. I'm dating your daughter.
the leader,
I'm in education.
God damn it.
Ooh,
Oh,
I have a nicer
spirits!
car than you.
the leader of Samhain parades would often wear a white sheep and carry a wooden horse head and a decorated horse skull. A modern Welsh version of this costume is shown above. Bloody Welsh. The young people also celebrated by cross-dressing. Thanks for that. Just puts it in
The
there.
Irish still do that.
Oh.
Oh,
Number
have you
4.
Chris still does that. What are you
Hang
talking
on, they're
about?
just... These next ones are basically them telling us information that we already know about. Jack-o'-lanterns were once made out of turnips, beets, and potatoes, not pumpkins. Yep, we know that.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
told you.
We know! Halloween used to be a great day to find your soulmate. This is number 5. Because
Well,
we skipped
is that
number 4.
well, isn't that what we do today? I mean, people just get drunk on a Halloween party, hook up with a
No,
girl
no.
in a slutty costume.
They literally
Yep.
need soulmate, like somebody who's already dead.
In some parts... We could go back to Ireland.
Dead chick? You're sick.
In some parts of Ireland, people celebrate Halloween by playing romantic fortune-telling games. According to Nicholas Rogers, Halloween, from pagan ritual to party night. These games allegedly predicted who they'd marry and when. Since Halloween, like Valentine's Day, was one of the main celebrations of the year, where young people could mingle with the opposite sex, it was also considered a good day to scope out a sweetheart. In America, young people, particularly girls, continued the old Irish tradition. Games like bobbing for apples tried to predict future romances. According
Those are
to
apples.
Those are my
I got
balls.
whole bushes of apples for you, baby.
Those are pumpkins.
Eat those chocolate salty balls.
Yeah, you're gonna eat that apple, baby. You're gonna swallow the worm.
Way. Number
Yeah, get those
6.
apples. Get
In a
those
few American towns, Halloween was traditionally referred to as Cabbage Night. This came from a Scottish
Yeah.
Cabbage Night. That's a new horror film, Cabbage Night.
Oh,
The
my cabbages!
Yeah.
I guess nothing goes better with cabbage than cabbage.
How did this man die, Doctor? Asphyxiation by cabbage. This came from a Scottish fortune-telling game where girls use cabbage stumps to predict information about their future husbands. In early Framingham, Massachusetts, teens skipped the fortune-telling and simply went around throwing cabbage at their neighbors' houses. According
Trick or treat, bitch!
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
Fuck bastard, throw this cabbage at you. This is
Oh,
no
Yeah, well, Bob.
Damn Westerners and your Red Sox and your cabbages.
You seeing us?
You cabbage.
You all need Jesus.
Man, fuck your eggs.
Jesus.
Take this cabbage.
Scotland,
Y'all
you
got
Irish.
Yeah, oh, go after the deed. Stop throwing another cabbage, my boy.
Need turnips.
In the late 19th century America, country boys reportedly rejoiced in throwing cabbage and corn and assorted rotten vegetables, according to Candy and Century of Panic and Pleasure. I love how we always could return to the two most drunken countries on the planet, Scotland and Ireland.
Yeah, that's what we do. It's like you get drunk, you like to throw stuff. It's like, oh, woo, let's get all the rotten fruit and the rotten cabbage and we're throwing that English Protestant prick's house.
And it's number 7, which is kind of cliche, but some animal shelters won't allow the adoption of black cats around Halloween, For fear they'll be sacrificed. It's unclear whether black cats are actually sacrificed around Halloween, but various
They are.
animal shelters they are. But some shelters
No,
refuse.
I
to let
have
people
I
adopt
have
them.
black cats, and I have to keep them in at night on
Is that-
Halloween.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean,
It's a thing.
Really?
they do kill black cats and offer them as offerings to Satan.
Yeah.
Satan,
Till
hominum, dominum,
this
I've
day.
heard
feline.
stories about goats as well, about farmers losing goats. around Halloween.
Yeah, but it's
Satan.
easier to get a black cat than it is to get a fucking goat in the city.
True.
Meh,
Oh,
Satan.
you
Imagine.
guys go to that one of those satanic orgies? Or I don't know, you go to a satanic. Okay, we sacrificed the black cat and the goat, so well, now we all fuck, right?
The people that were they're
No,
doing
I'm
that
not
were
gonna
going to do it
respond to that,
anyway.
no.
They're cruel.
Yeah, you ain't going to sacrifice this black cat.
I hate you all.
Y'all motherfuckers need Jesus.
Jared, let's just leave. Let's just,
Yeah,
let's just go over here.
Yeah,
Let's just go over here.
yeah.
Who cares about that? Fuck the cats. Fuck cats. Number 8.
You fuck
finally.
cats?
I think that's what he admitted to.
I did not
He
say
likes the
that.
pussy, literally.
Oh no. Wow.
Girl,
Round girlfriend.
8. Studies have shown that Halloween makes kids act more evil. As IO9 points out, putting costume-wearing kids into groups and introducing a clear object of desire, such as candy, has been shown to lead to de-individuation. This psychological term explains what happens when a group of maturing young minds begins to care less about the consequences of their individual actions, leading them to do things they would not do alone. One study in
sex.
particular
Or gin.
found that so unsupervised costume risky far more likely to steal candy and money from non-costume kids and children, not in a group. Another study found that masked kids were significantly more likely to make Halloween take more candy than they were supposed to if they believed there was no adult supervision. Well, I don't know about that.
so can they run this same test on the police?
Hey!
Well, if you think about it,
let's put
Let's be
this.
cops,
Let's put
innit?
this. Let's put
Here's
this
the
theory
thing,
to.
alright. No, there's no science that needs to prove that. I mean, kids are dicks.
Yep.
Yeah.
No shit.
Let's put this theory. Let's put this theory to rest. Has anyone ever gotten their candy stolen when they were a kid during Halloween?
Yes.
Oh.
No.
Then you're a pussy.
No, I just never got arrested.
Although
I
I
mean-
did have a dude try to ride by on his bicycle and take my bag, and I managed to keep a hold of it and snatched him right the fuck off the bike.
Wait.
It was
See,
hilarious.
This is why when I was a kid, I always used to pick up a stick, like a big stick that probably fell off a tree, like a branch basically. And if anybody even just so much as looked at my bag wrong, I would just start swinging that fucking stick around like if anyone nearby just would accidentally get hit.
See, Halloween was huge in my hometown. We'd go home and change costumes and go back out again and end up with like 2 pillowcases full of candy.
Well, I lived in L.A., so
Yeah, you know,
big
you
city,
guys-
lots of people.
Yeah, you guys always get like that witch in your neighborhood, woman who always dresses up like the Wicked Witch and Wizard of Oz and tries to stab
Yeah.
kids.
That was my grandmother, and she dressed like that every single day.
Did you have to make sure she didn't touch water?
No, she didn't. She smelled horrible.
Oh.
I think there's a connection.
Okay, so
Your grandmother's a dirty girl.
we must burn her.
Son of a bitch.
No, she's
Burn
already
the
dead.
witch! Burn her!
so,
Burn her, I say.
How do you know she's a witch?
Because she died of a stroke. Only witches dies of strokes.
I mean,
It wasn't
how
a
does
heart
God, it
that
attack.
got dark.
keep
I don't
running?
People
remember.
keep picking on
I
Jonathan's
cremated her and I
maternal.
threw her ashes into the ocean. It doesn't matter.
Oh, Jonathan, your poor maternal ancestors keep getting insulted.
She wasn't
You know what?
poor.
Ding. Okay, next story. Christian Faith Benj dies after heart stops in haunted house.
yeah, I did not.
That's a
read that,
total
but I wanna
eclipse
know
of the
about
heart
this.
right there.
So, I
Oh,
mean,
for God's sake.
God damn it.
Chris, you have lost your duties once again.
If I hang up, everybody hangs up.
how many more puns are you going to give us?
So So welcome to the Games Vines Videotape podcast. I'm your host.
Stop it! Get out of here!
All right,
Go,
whatever.
Captain.
Fucking, we're gonna. I swear to God, one more and you're officially Frank Castle.
I know
See, that one worked. That one worked. I like that one. You have to think about
See,
it.
that's how you punish everybody.
Is this really turning into that kind of show?
Yeah, it is.
It seems like every
Robert,
episode.
It's always been that
And
kind of show.
Yeah, it's your
Hail
fault, Rob.
Satan!
Low hanging
Hail
fruit.
Satan!
Hail Satan!
Ave
Hail Santa.
Praise Jesus.
Hail Hydro.
Hail Hydra!
Hail Hydra!
I said Hydro.
Nitro. Anyway, an Ohio teen with a heart condition died after collapsing Friday in a haunted house. Christian Faith Benj. That's actually her name. It's not
Wait.
because she's a Christian. She's
Wait,
actually
wait.
called Christian Faith.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, God damn.
Oh my God. This show's writing itself.
I didn't know it was her name.
Wait, hold on. I know I'm getting ahead of the story, but you're telling me that Christian Faith died in a haunted house.
Yes. Where's your God now, Christian?
There is no God, only
There is no
Zeus.
God, only Zeus. But isn't Christian a man's name? Christian is a man's
God.
name.
It's kind of
It is.
unisex.
But it could be either, right? Yeah, it could be either sex.
Yeah.
Oh, Christian
Christian Bale?
Faith Benj, 16, was attending Halloween attractions at Land of Illusion Haunted Scream Park in Madison Township with a group of about 100 friends and family members. She was inside one haunted house where her heart stopped, family members said. She got halfway through and collapsed, Betty Benj, her grandmother said. She was almost through it. Benj was
Your grandmother
pronounced
was
dead.
like, "What a pussy."
I went through several heart attacks.
I lived through the fucking Holocaust.
Let me tell you something.
No,
That was
nobody
not-
with a Jewish grandmother is going to have a granddaughter named Christian, Faith. She would flip the fuck out.
That would be
Maybe
like a
maybe
chef
she was
being
just
named
naming
Cook.
you. I don't
What?
know.
What are you saying?
You guys are joking, but I get
But
the feeling
somebody died.
that someone died.
Someone
Wouldn't it be
died.
ironic?
Oh,
if the person who
somebody
named-
died? Hold on. Moment of silence. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, somebody just died right now somewhere in the world also.
But you guys are joking. But it'd be oddly ironic if the family was atheists.
We'll find out. We'll find out. We'll find out. Ben just pronounced dead at a local hospital. According to family members, the girl was born with congenital diaphragmatic hernia, which prevents the lungs from developing normally. Oh no! Oh, that's sad now.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's
Still,
why
she had
the
tiny lungs.
I don't know if you got the update to the news story, but I sent in the group. The family said that's not what killed her. It was just the complications from her disorder that killed her. It wasn't the actual haunted house.
At least we
Yeah,
got the
yeah,
jokes in before you read that part.
So we look even more horrible than before.
No,
well.
we didn't know at the time.
Yeah,
What do
we're
you
all
mean,
going
look?
to
I guess
hell.
we're not.
We're too lazy
I'll
to
see you there,
research.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hey,
WCPO reports she only had one functioning lung, which put additional strain on her heart. And her heart was enlarged 4 times its normal size. They said she was
Jesus,
like a
she's got
time.
shitty lungs and a huge heart?
Yep. They said she was like
So
a
she's
time.
the Grinch?
oh,
Aw.
I was thinking.
They said she was like a time bomb, Betty Benj said. Their names are too funny. Medical examiners have
Who wrote this? Dr.
caused the examiners probably
Apparently.
have now conducted the autopsy, but the article said that they will do an autopsy. Is this something that occurred because you had a heightened sense of fear? Or is this something that you could have been walking down the street and this occurred? We may never know that. Well, we do know now. But Warren County Coroner Russell Uptigrove told Cincinnati.com that it's possible that the teen was scared to death. Well, we know that she wasn't. We may never know for sure, but because her death involved heart problems, the fear in places like that could have pushed her over the edge, so to speak. Oh, that's not nice. The park advertises live spooks, lunatics, and chainsaw-wielding madmen on its website. Brett Oakley, the owner, told Dayton Daily News that Benj hadn't suffered an accident or injury at the attraction. It was a very unfortunate situation, Oakley said. Benji's family said they would remember their daughter as a young woman with strong faith, who sang in the choir at Eaton Road Full Gospel Church. Sadly, no, she wasn't an atheist. I did CPR until the paramedics arrived, and then I just trusted in God. That's why she died, because you trusted in God rather than trying to get her heart beating.
Yeah, you needed science.
Well, he did do CPR.
Oh God, they're really religious. He has an ultimate plan. It was just time. Christian's mother, Jean Benj, told WCPO. Because of her faith in Christ, I know she's home. No, she's dead. She's not at home.
So I think they're
Christian
not
home,
sue
Chris.
like a haunted
I
house.
know.
So terrible.
We're
Yeah,
horrible.
So the thing we have to get out of this story is that Christian Faith died in a haunted house because her heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Well, it's official. The Christian faith is no more.
Yep.
God damn it.
Christianity is dead.
God damn it.
God
Hail
is dead.
Satan.
Hail Satan.
Hell, Jared.
Hail Santa.
Praise Jesus.
Yeah, I gotta go. guys.
Jesus. Jesus. Hail Jesus.
Yeah, anyway, gotta go. Nice talking to you guys.
Okay,
Yeah.
Andrew.
Okay,
That
see you,
is-
Andrew.
Bye, Andrew.
Goodbye.
Bye,
Andrew, please tell us one more fabulous story.
In fact, I think we'll just end it at that. Thank you very much. And with that, Andrew's gone, and I think it's about time that we too must end the show.
The killer got Andrew.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes, the Skype killer continues.
Wait,
That's a
wait. I have the killer right here. Quick, unmask him.
Robert.
Joining
Oh my
me
God,
was
it was Jordan.
The whole time.
Prime Minister.
It was the
David
Prime
Connor.
Minister the whole time.
This has been Games, Vines, and Videotape, people. You can find us on YouTube, on Robert Livingston's YouTube channel. You can find us on SoundCloud, Instagram, and you can find us on Facebook. Join the fan page. It's public. You don't have to ask. Just go in there and say hello to us, and we'll reply. You can find me on Facebook and Twitter. I am Chris Mitchell on Facebook and Chris Mitchell at CharmlessMan93 on Twitter. And with me was Robert Livingston.
Okay, you can contact me through the Games, Vines, and Videotape at gmail.com if you want to ask any questions of the show or anything else. Or you can check out our Instagram. It should have links to the latest episodes.
David Turner was with me today as well.
Yeah, you can find me on dctentertainment.net. I'm on Twitter, David Turner 180, Instagram, Blackout 180, Facebook, and of course on the Games, Vines, and Videotape fan page.
Jared was with us as well.
You can find me at the Red Knight, spelled Knite, on Instagram, or Takeout Presents on Facebook, Tumblr, and Instagram as well. And the Games, Vines, and Videotapes.
And finally, Jonathan Kelling.
There are no strings on me.
I bid you. See you later, everyone.
Happy Halloween.
Boo!
Assuming you got around to listening to all of this on Friday.
on Halloween.
See you later, everyone.
Happy birthday, Satan.